Hello, everybody. What's going down? So my name is Sonja Marie, here with Word Life Astrology with a special live edition tonight. Yes, and I am pumped up Mars style, ready to share with you all, ready to ignite your hearts, ready to get you motivated, ready to assist you in how to use your motivation, your energy, your physicality. Ooh, I can't wait. I am doing my best in this moment to allow a few people to come on here because notifications on YouTube is really, really weird. So I'm gonna wait for some folks to come up in the chat just so I know this thing is working. And while I do that, I want to remind y'all that are watching the recording. And by the way, thank you. Thank you for coming in and watching the recording later. Please and very please do your best to share this information. I would really, really, really appreciate that. Either like it, share it, subscribe if this means anything to you. And if you are here, please get in the chats. I just want to make sure that this thing is working. Mercury is retrograde, so I'm going to do a little bit of tech check-in here with your help. Thank you, Polish My Pearl. I appreciate you, Mary. All right, y'all rolling in now. Yes, China Wings. I haven't seen that name in a while. Just Brianna, what's going down? And Miss A. Oh, such a wonderful, sweet, sweet supporter. How are you, Miss A? How you doing? What's going down? Thank you for being here. Thank you, Michelle, for being here. Oh, what's good in ATL? All right, it's rolling now. Y'all coming on in. I am going to give you a few more minutes though, because this thing lags. So as you come in, let me give you a little bit of housekeeping, a couple of announcements just to keep you up to date of what's going down. I don't know if you remember, some of you may have missed it. However, I'm not doing a Word Life Astrology retreat this year. First announcements. I'm doing something a little bit better and a little bit different next year. So my retreats are in the rearview mirror. And if you have experienced them, thank you. Thank you so, so very much. I got pictures, I got memories, I got deposits in my heart for the rest of my life, and I hope you do as well. And I hope we shared a lot of information. But the next installment will be even that much better because I believe that we all flow in the energy of the time. You dig what I'm saying? I'm a water sign, so that's what we do. Second announcement, if you would like a reading, please know that I'm going to say this periodically throughout this particular live. Please hit up my website at wordlifeastrology.com. I do these things. I do these readings not by myself, though. So I have some things that I want to announce to you in regards to this particular live. Let me see if I can get a little organized here. Because like I said, if you didn't catch me, I have about 5 to 6 pages of notes for y'all. So I really am in this moment doing my best to kind of go over my outline in my mind, get prepared so I don't miss anything, okay? A couple of other quick announcements. What else is going down, y'all? Let people know I'm on, because we're about to get into this. And once I slam on the accelerator, it's going to be on and popping. What else is going on? I can't think of it right now. Mercury retrograde. So I'm just going to go on and do what I got to do and start. All right, y'all ready? Let me say hello to a few more people. April's here. What's going on, April? Hi, Miss Irene. The village is up in the space, up in the Bronx, where the people are fresh. There was one DJ that could pass the test. He's down by Lower. Ready to see? That's why I got Sonja. That's right, y'all. They call him AJ. New Yorkers would appreciate me stopping and getting those lyrics right. All right, let's go it. Let's go it. Let's go it. Hello. Thank you for being here. This is on my outline. I have to say hi and thank you. Thank you for being here. I so appreciate you. All right. There's a lot of information that's going to come running at you. So now is the time, if you like, if you are that type of person, to get a piece of paper and a pen, get a notebook and a pen. I'm going to give you a little bit of time and get something to drink, get a little bit of snack. I know it's 8:05 on the East Coast, so I'm going to do my best to make this as quick as possible. But I tell y'all, I have so much information. I want y'all to be prepared for a long one, like a serious long one. And if you have to leave, I understand. I don't take it personal, but please and very please do yourself a favor. Come back and check out the information periodically, okay? Because it's gonna be a doozy. So I'm ready to go. You excited too, ZP? I'm excited, Zena Patel. What's going down, sweet Sag? Oh, and did I miss your solar return? Happy belated solar return if I did. All right, y'all. Let me follow my little outline here. So this is what we're going to do. We are honestly doing a whole bunch of stuff. This is a donation basis situation, meaning that you can sit in here for free if you like and get the information. And that'll be that. However, I would really love some reciprocity. I put a lot of time and energy in love. I'm not begging you, nor am I bullying you. But the reciprocity is this, that I love to see us win. I love for us to remind ourselves of who we are so we can better prepare ourselves for what's to come. It's not a prediction. It's preparation of the energy that's around us. And if we find something that resembles something that was told to us, then we know how to move, y'all. You dig what I'm saying? So I say all that to say is that I'm passionate about this thing. And if you're passionate about receiving this work or this information or me sharing with you, please donate to a sister. $5, $10, $2, $1,000. It don't matter. Just energy given back to me. And I want to say this, and somebody can help me out on here by posting it. Please do not give me money through PayPal. PayPal. Through what's this thing called? YouTube. Please don't. People donated money to me through YouTube, and I haven't seen that money since. I mean, truthfully, it takes a little bit of time to get to me. So PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all the information is in the description box below. You can pull up another tab and pull up my page then and catch it that way. Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. I'd really, really appreciate that thing there, y'all. All right, let's get it going. What we're going to do here today, I'm going to give you a little bit of syllabus. Get it together, Sonja. We are going to talk about several things. We're going to talk about the power of Mars. We're going to talk about what Mars is all about. We're going to talk about Mars in particular energies. That's Leo, and then it backs back up into Cancer and how that affects us. Okay, we're going to talk about, and the real reason why I need for y'all, especially those that take notes, to have a piece of paper and a pen. This is like a workshop, but I can't see you. You understand what I'm saying? This is a $9,900. No, I'm just joking. This is a workshop that I literally would charge for. So I want y'all to get this, write it down. Okay. All right. So forgive me, I'm goofy as hell and I just love information. And sometimes I get so excited I have to stop myself for letting it all come in like blah. And y'all be like, okay, Sonja. Anyway, so we're going to talk about Mars. We're going to talk about Mars in Leo and Cancer as it backs up. We're also going to talk about the dates from November to June 18th. That's very significant. You can start by writing that. November 3rd, 2024, June 18th, 2025. Leave a lot of room in between those two dates. We're going to talk about what is transpiring with Mars only through those particular dates. That's a long time, y'all. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. That's 7 freaking months of Mars being in 2 signs is the real reason why I'm so hyped and got on here to talk to y'all about it. Oh, calm down, Sonja. We're going to talk about what we could do during the retrograde periods, what would help us and what would not so help us, right? We are going to talk about what we can do when Mars is direct, meaning moving forward in a particular energy or vibration, okay? What we're going to talk about is your Mars sign. So do me a favor. If you want to know just randomly I will call on you, and or you can share with me. This is a workshop, y'all. We getting into it. I hope y'all ready. If you want to know how your particular Mars, not the people that are getting a reading, y'all are getting the lowdown for about 15 minutes, right? Each. Right. But if you haven't paid for a private read in this particular live, look up your Mars sign. Do you know it? If you don't, if you know it, cool. When I ask you what it is, we'll talk about it. But if you don't, now's the time to go to alabe.com. That's alabe.com. Go in the center of that blue page, the home page. That'll say a free natal chart. Put in your time, your date, and your place of birth. If you don't have the time, don't worry about it. Okay. You can put 12 noon. And the Mars should be the same regardless of the time in that day. Yeah. I'm gonna bet $5 on it. It could be different, but I don't want to explain in this moment in time. That's too much information. So find out what your Mars sign is, okay, boo-boos? And then after that, we're going to talk about some significant aspects, some transits that are happening from now until June. And then we're going to get into the five into the 5 private readings that were paid for. And I'm going to display. Now, the real reason why I thought about doing that is because I thought it would be kind of cool for y'all to see how a reading can go down. Like, Mercury's retrograde, y'all, so I need your help. If it looks weird, y'all let me know. But I downloaded this new thing and I'm able to split my screen. So I'm going to share the chart of the people, the bi-wheel chart of the folks that I am reading, so you can see. It'll look like freaking Mandarin, and you probably won't understand it if you're not an astrology student. However, I thought it was good to just give y'all a little visual as I read their charts. And that's going to be it. That's enough for the whole night. Don't you think? All right, let me check in with y'all. Y'all good? Any questions so far? Anything y'all need to know? China Wang said she got her piece of paper and a pencil. Different platform off the phone. I'm not sure what that means, Miss A. Hi, everybody. Hi, Miss Re63. All right. Are y'all ready? Y'all got your student caps on? Now, listen, let me give you another little caveat, cuidado, preface. This is going to be a mind bender. So I want y'all to be easy on yourself, okay? A lot of information is going to come from you and a lot for you, and a lot of information may go over your head. But please be patient, okay? And you'll always have this as a recording so you can come back and double check what's being said, okay? Y'all ready? All right. Who's that? Miss Reese said, pen in hand. Sun in Taurus, Mars and Moon in Leo. All right, save that information, babies. Save your Mars information for when I ask. Otherwise, it'll get lost in the thread. All right. All right. Where are you? Are you sitting on a couch, at your desk, laying in the bed, in the car, driving? I want you to do yourself a favor. Be safe wherever you are, but be easy. Calm down. Bring your energy levels down. I'm talking to myself. Sonja, calm down. Take it down a little bit, girl. All right. Calm down. I want you to do yourself a favor in this moment in time before we prep for the information about to come streaming at us. I want you to visualize where you are in your life right now. And specifically, I want you to visualize where you are when it comes to movement, motivation, starting things, where you are when it comes to Mars stuff, okay? Arguments. Where are you when it comes to physicality, when it comes to exercise? When I do this, my students know that have taken workshops and have taken the Village Hut. This is intuitive learning. When I do this flash, it only means that this is probably something you can catch intuitively. So put the pieces together, okay? You're smart. Astrology is not that difficult. It's just about applying over and over and over again. So intuitive learning, when it comes to visualizing where you are right now, think of Mars. Think of the redness that's around you. I'm going to the poetry, y'all, but y'all can rock with me because y'all used to me. Think of the red around you. Think of the anger. Think of the swelling passion that's not going anywhere. Think of the work This is practical, that you have piled up on your desk. Think of the fact that your abs or your booty or your legs may feel a little soft, may feel a little tight. Have you been working out? Again, do you have that visual? Do you have that visual? Hi, Arminetta. How are you? I'm so glad you're here. Do you have that visual? Now, the real reason why I love to take people, especially in person, through these types of work, in my workshops, through these types of visualization, because it allows you to sit in a place in which you want to examine right now for yourself. That makes sense? Y'all can respond back to me, okay? Yes, yes, y'all is like, yes, yes, y'all. Like, yeah, I got you, Sonja. For those that know, no. You can put up 3 Ys just to respond so I know that y'all around, okay? And you hear what I'm saying. All right. Do yourself a favor, please, and hold all your questions till later. All right. And make them as specific as possible, everyone. Use as much content as necessary, because I will forget certain things that I say. Okay. So that means I need you to kind of do a paragraph form of your question, so I can go right back to the information that I said possibly 30 minutes ago. Does that make sense? Yes, yes, y'all. To the beach, y'all. I'm doing my best because this is really interesting on how we do this. Again, imagine where you are right now. Now, in doing this, I need to tell y'all there's a few things that can block you from absorbing this information. A bunch of stuff. I'm not going to run those things down because, again, I have a lot of information to tell you. But Spirit gave me the one thing that you should pay attention to when it comes to you examining your physicality, your action, your initiation, all of Mars's energy that's surrounding you right now, the lack of it or the over hyper active activity of it. You dig? Where are you with it? Right? The one thing that will help you to stay aware is not judging yourself. No self-judgment is allowed during this live. No self-judgment. No negative talk. No, I wish I could have done that. Even in your questions, okay? We are being transparent in a way in which we are releasing and detaching from any emotional outcomes and or any blame or shame that we have done or haven't done or should do or could have done. We're not doing that. Why? Spirit told me earlier, the only real reason in which we can move forward in the light of where I want to take you is to be detached from any and all situations and outcomes. That means don't judge yourself. That means please don't be critical. That means pay more attention to just the movements you dig without applying any type of criticism or low self-worth with it. Okay, I said enough, Sonja. Keep it moving. I have to remind myself. I need something to drink. All right? It's the only way this is going to work, y'all. When we think of Mars, we think of the Roman god of war and agriculture. Yes, he's also the Greek god called Aries. And absolutely, there was an African deity before that. But let me tell y'all something. I need to get a hold of some books that are buried in caves, because on the internet, they don't have what's the not unless y'all can tell me. I'm open to information, but they don't have the African equivalent to the Greek god Aries, Ares. I'm thinking it's Shango. However, it could be a couple of different things, but I haven't researched it, or I should say it hasn't been on the internet. There's books, I'm sure, that can connect it. If you know, let me know. All right. But when it comes to Mars, intuitive learning, again, I'm gonna give y'all some buzzwords. These are very, very important to know. So you don't have to rely on me saying it over and over and over again. Okay, y'all ready? Mars deals with confrontation. Mars deals with aggression. Mars deals with sex. Mars deals with initiation of any kind. Mars deals with anger, dynamics. I'm gonna pause right there. When I say dynamics, or when I hear dynamics and Spirit says pause, Spirit is talking about dynamic connections. When you see a friend or a potential coworker or a potential partner, and you have this dynamic that's connected to them, something where 1 and 1 comes together and easily makes 2. Your efforts, your passions, your talents, your excuse me for burping, y'all, your investments, the dynamic of that connection is what Mars is all about. Does that make sense? That's important. As we go into this Aquarian era, you getting what I'm saying? Intuitive learning. Think about it. Dynamics, courage, accidents, pause. Car accidents specifically, but all accidents are included. Mars, right? Modes of action, meaning how do you move? How do you move? Do you move quietly? Do you move passive aggressively? Do you move aggressively? Do you move with sarcasm? How do you move? Violence, operations of any kind, how you move a thing, how you make things work, right? Mars. Muscular system, the muscular system. Pause. As we talk about Mars today, as we talk about these transitions that are happening for the next 6 to 7 months, do yourself a favor and know that your muscular system, as well as your body heat, as well as your artery and vascular system will be affected. Do you hear me? On some level. Now, here's the thing. Here's the deal. I'm not predicting that everybody's going to have high blood pressure, arteries, right? Or veins. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if your body is already weak in some way when it comes to dealing with heat, body heat, when it comes to dealing with stiff muscles, you need to concentrate on these areas of your life while Mars is going through this little back and forth topsy-turvy situation. Does this make sense? Because it will show you where you're weak, and or it will show you how Mars is a little imbalanced in your life. It'll show up as a Charlie horse 7 times a day. Does that make sense, y'all? Are y'all with me? Y'all rocking with me? Y'all just listening? No questions so far. I should say this. No confusion so far. Any confusion? See what y'all talking about. I am going to check in every now and again. Let's go, Miss Irene said. I love that lady. That is the cutest, funniest Leo I've ever met. I swear to God. Okay, so that's Mars, right? So the layers of the cake. This is where the brain activity has to pump up. Thank you, Erica. Take them notes, girl. This is where the brain activity has to kick in. So we have Mars of all of these descriptions that I gave you, right? Next layer. Mars is going to be in 2 signs from November 3rd until June 18th. Y'all remember what I said, right? Which 2 signs? Thank you, Melania, Howard, Milana. Okay. Cancer and Leo. You got that right, baby doll. You listening? You got to check in with the folks. All right. Cancer and Miss Royal, Leo. Here we go. So if Mars, action, violence, domineering energy, you understand, is in a particular sign, is going to do its Mars thing like that energy. So Mars being in Leo is like moving, motivating, fucking fighting like a Leo. Squirrel. A little bit of humor. I'm not here to be in anybody's bedroom, but I will tell you this much. I don't know why. I just want to be funny real quick. I was having a conversation with a couple of friends, and they was talking about how Leos, male Leos in particular, have sex. And I said, and somebody said, they're the best they're the best sex. Oh, good God, Sonja, get it together. Mercury. They're the best sexual partners ever. And I said, or they think they are. It's a joke. Only because Leo is so pumped up and confident in their own abilities that sometimes they don't look around to see if they've gotten a review of any kind via nonverbal reactions, or at the very least, even somebody going, I mean, Leo Mars, Leo people, Leo energy knows it got its thing going. Anyway, that was a little commercial of humor. So when Mars is in Leo, it's going to move. We going to move, or we are asked to move like Leo. Y'all get that, right? Y'all get that why, thank y'all for laughing at me. Y'all get that for why I come on here, right? Because this is transit information that we are talking about tonight. This is going to affect everybody, right? But how you take it on is on you. It's almost like when you walk out into the rain, right? You can walk out in the rain with an umbrella and you'll be all right, right? You know it's raining. You can walk out into the rain with no umbrella and just get the water all on you. You can walk out in the rain with just a slicker and a washcloth or something. You get what I'm saying? How you respond to the rain, how you respond to Mars is how you handle your life in particular. Does that make sense? Please, thank you for, oh, look at that. Thank you for the love offering. I appreciate you. Yes, this is a donation basis situation, Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal right below in the description box. I appreciate it. Don't do it here on this YouTube, man. I'll never see that money. Trust and believe. PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. Thank you. So Mars moving like Leo, is moving like fire. Intuitive learning. Y'all get that? So when I say Mars is in Leo, that's time for us to be harried. That's time for us to be courageous. You understand? We are moving like Leo energy. How do you respond to that? And that's a real question. Squirrel, because if you a Taurus, you may not want to move like Leo was saying. Why? Because Taurus and Leo is squared. If you are a Sag, you're like, yeah, I'm going to move like Leo says, that Mars and Leo says, because I vibrate with that. We're both fire. Y'all get what I'm saying? Ooh, I'm so excited. And again, if I lose you, just say I'm lost. Just say I'm lost instantly. And I'll repeat what I said. I'm adding that new rule on here because I don't want to lose nobody. I really don't. When Mars is in Cancer, it's another vibration, right? Mars, once again, is about what? Put some buzzwords about Mars up, y'all. Please. So I know y'all hear me, y'all understand. Mars is about what again? Fire, movement, physicality, sex. Y'all can talk to one another. Those have taken notes or those that know, right? So when we move Mars in Cancer, it's a whole nother vibration. That's right, y'all. Action, anger, right? In Cancer, it's a whole nother vibration. It's water. We went from moving in Leo, fire, to moving in Cancer, water. That's a whole nother switch, pivot, direction, ability, and fight. Y'all get that, right? I hope you do. Because again, vacillating back and forth between these two energies will dictate our movements. And I have a surprise for you. If y'all can really follow this, I'm telling you where we're going. God is dope. Spirit is dope. When I started going through this thing, squirrel, yesterday, y'all, and literally I went through 20 different aspects. I may not, from now until June 18th, I may not tell y'all all. But the aspects I was going through, it read like a movie. And what I mean aspects is like from November to June 18th, Mars will hit up several planets. Mars is going to square Neptune. Mars is going to, and this is just example, maybe not accurate, but this is just an example of an aspect. Mars is going to square Neptune. Mars is going to square the moon. Mars is going to be opposition this one. There are 20 different aspects from now until June with Mars involved, just Mars. Okay, that brings us to this sweet ass reward at the end. When I do readings, y'all, I get really hyped. I get really, 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 really hyped because I can feel it going through my body so importantly. And I get like the mama that I am as a Cancer Leo mama, bossy lady. And I'm like, you got it, you feel it. So I have to calm myself down. Mars in Leo moving courageously, Mars in Cancer moving sensitively. I'm going to reiterate as I go along, but I think it's time for us to keep pushing. Now, this is the real, let me speak of the rhythm. The rhythm of Mars in Leo and Mars in Cancer going back and forth for the next 7 months is going to feel like this, poetically. And then I'm going to break it down even further. Y'all with me, right? The art of going back and forth between Mars and Leo and Cancer is like being assertive and then being compassionate, being fierce and then being emotionally patient, being stubborn to action and needing emotional assurance, protecting what's vulnerable, blunt declarations leading to emotional fortresses. I think I need to slow down because this is some shit. Needing to show off and then become defensive, sensitive to what's shared. Hidden resilience brings the best of show. I'm going to go back through these. I want to break a few of these down because I know y'all have some questions. Creative channeling is happening between Mars and Leo and Mars in Cancer, with or without you. Creative channeling. Locating security to feel prouder of your steps. This is the initial thing that got me to want to do this live. Because I'm like, how is this feeling gonna like work with everybody, moving back and forth to some hard ass Leo movement to some soft ass Cancer understanding? Again, we're gonna have to be assertive, but we also have to look to compassion. We have to use this fierce motivation to move and do the thing, but also be emotionally patient. We're sometimes going to be stubborn when it comes to wanting to move, but in some way need some emotional assurance. Yes, I'm repeating these things, this rhythm, so you can write them down. If you find yourself in these conundrums on a daily basis, or if it pops up in your head and go, oh, Spirit told Sonja about this, protecting what's vulnerable. Let me protect what's vulnerable. Let me move, Mars, in a way in which I can protect something that's vulnerable. You get that? Then you can snap into position and know that you're on the right track. That's the reason why I'm sharing this information. During this little rhythm, Mars and Leo and Mars and Cancer, blunt decorations that lead to emotional fortresses. Now listen to this. Mars and Leo want you to be blunt, move, do some things, say what I said, show up in a fierce, hardcore, Leo is hardcore and very, very full of heart. Understand that. So the movement with that is really, really being full of heart, right? What was I saying? Blunt declarations. So Mars and Leo can really prompt some blunt declarations. I want to do this. I want to go there because it's me, because it's mine, because it's my life. Mars and Leo always got you thinking self-centered. Trust and believe. I want to move because I'm in position. You get that? So these blunt declarations, good God, Mercury retrograde, get out my mouth. These blunt declarations could lead to some emotional fortresses if you're not too sure, if you're not too careful, because when Mars goes back in Cancer, it's like, wait, what? You were all blunt and now you isolated because you talk too much shit and now you don't have nobody to talk to. Now nobody is listening. Now you in the shell. Now your feelings are hurt because somebody done pushed back on you. Does that make sense? Y'all with me? This is just me, again, giving you the flow of these two Mars situations. I got more. Needing to show off, then become defensive, sensitive to what is shared. So when Mars is in Leo, it's like we need to show off. Leo is a show off. I mean, bottom line, point blank. It ain't good or bad. It's just showing off. Leo is the sun. Give me a break. The sun is like, I'm the baddest bitch in the fucking room. Everybody shut up, right? That's Leo energy. I'm the baddest bitch in the room. So Mars is leading Leo to show up. But then when it goes into Cancer, you get sensitive about the things that are shared. How's that? These are the fluctuating energies that can plague you if you're not careful. Hidden resilience brings the best of show. So sometimes when that Mars is in Cancer and it asks you to be resilient to your emotions, when it pops back into Leo, you can bring out the best of show. You can bring out the best in you. Yeah, does this make sense? Again, just giving you an overview of Mars and Leo and Mars and Cancer. And then again, creative channeling happening with or without you. Love that. Leo is all about creativity. And when it's in Mars, it's going to stream through faster than fast. Have you been inspired? Please answer that. Have you been inspired, or at least it's at the tip of your tongue? Songs come in, words come in to the artist and all the artists. Like, we all artists on some level. We creating something, especially if you created a baby. You understand? So the bottom line is that, have you been feeling these urges or wanting to connect to these urges of creativity? Well, when Mars is in Leo and Cancer, it will stream through. Just be prepared for it. Because when it comes out in Leo, it wants to show. It wants to perform. It wants to be seen. It wants to be validated as well. But it wants to come through real quick. Lastly, locating security to feel proud of your steps. When Mars is in Cancer, it says it really is looking for some type of emotional security. So why, when we get back into Leo, it can be proud. It can be proud of protecting itself. It can be proud of protecting its heart. It can be proud of putting up boundaries. It can pump itself up from the inside out. Mars going through this weird ass transition is so important, y'all. It's going to, in my opinion, build us in a way in which we can never go back. And it's going to do it in a physical way. That's why this is important. We'll be able to see it. It's a motherfucking verb. You understand? And a lot of things that we talk about, especially when it comes to astrology, we talk about the ethereal. We talk about, yes, the healing and everything. We talk about the insides. We talk about passion. We talk about love. We're talking about the communication. But a lot of things are intangible. When Mars is showing up on the scene, y'all, these are tangible moves. These are tangible actions that I'm asking you to step into and to adapt to. Good God. Y'all with me? Okay. Brief instructions on how to conduct this next part. I think I've said a few of them, but that's just Sonja. I be jumping all over the place. If you take notes, leave a space in between the dates that are given, okay? Because there's a lot of information that goes in between that. So November 3rd, 2024 and June 18th, 2025. Leave a lot of space in that. Ask questions at the end, please, but give me a lot of content so I know what you're talking about. Find out now what your Mars is in, okay? ALABE.com for the newcomers, ALABE.com. Figure out what your Mars is in, not your sun sign, your Mars sign. It's a circle with a little arrow that points up, right? I always say, because Mars is about sex, it kind of looks like a penis, like a phallic symbol. So look for the phallic symbol and see what sign it's in, okay? And lastly, remember, we are isolating this live to Mars activity. If you ask questions or bring in any other concerns in regards to other planets or your particular birth chart, you're going to confuse people. So let's just stay with Mars, all right? Here we go. November 3rd, 2024, Mars went into Leo, okay? We began to feel courageous. We began to exert ourselves. We began to feel like I could do anything. I can show up. Mars in Leo, like I said, all the things I said. But most importantly, we've had this energy to get up off whatever it is we were holding on to in the past. Leo don't have time for that shit. Leo, like I said, has all the heart in the world. So right now, we are in a moment in time in which we want to push forth with our passions. Maybe a few of us, more than a few, don't know where the hell we going. Yeah, I get that. But at the same time, there's this urgency within us with Mars and Leo. Am I right? Talk to me, y'all. How you feeling? Again, remember, stay with Mars, your action, sex, movement, confrontation. That's the feeling that I'm asking for. I'm not asking you to judge yourself, to be critical of your movements. How have you been moving? Okay. The next date, I want you to put down a couple of lines underneath that, right? December 6th. That's 2 days, right? Mars will go retrograde at 6 degrees Leo. So this propulsion, this movement of Mars in Leo, courageous, like domineering, bossy. We're moving like bosses, and not necessarily the CEO bosses. We're talking about bosses that get on your nerves in a bossy kind of way. Have you been feeling like that yourself? Have you been bossing people around a little bit, or have you been bossed around? That's what's happening right now with Mars and Leo. On the 6th, though, it's going to go retrograde. Remember, whenever a planet goes retrograde, you got to be careful, especially within the day or 2 or 3. of it going retrograde. Why? Because the planet itself is doing its best. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. The planet itself is doing its best to wobble out of formation and get some type of rhythm going. So the meaning and the energy around that is a little worse than when it like kind of settles in retrograde. You dig? So around tomorrow, the 6th and the 7th, please be careful when it comes to driving, accidents, any violent situation. I just saw somebody have an argument in front of the bank yesterday. This dude hit this other lady's car and scratched it, really dinged it up because she almost hit his dog. They were about to go off. It was some Mars stuff. It was really some Mars crazy stuff. But I want y'all to be careful, December 6th, when it goes retrograde, okay? So we're going to go backwards in this energy. Now we're going to Mars in Leo going retrograde. Start to question our movements. Should I be confident? I don't know. Is that worth it? Did they hear me? Listen, I told you this is what I want. That's Mars in retro. That's Mars in Leo retro. Again, because Mars in Leo is self-centered as fuck, y'all. It's all about us in this moment in time. At the same time, we're doing our best to be compassionate, but we do know deep inside in our feeling in this moment, it's like, what am I going to do? What do I need to do? And when that Mars in Leo goes retro, it gets out of whack. It really gets out of whack and you look like a brat. So be careful of that. January 7th, leave a little bit more space. Get to January 7th, 2025, Mars in retrograde falls back into Cancer. So from now up until January 7th, we still will be in Leo energy. You get that, right? Thank you, Keena. I love y'all putting up any kind of notes up here because I know this is heady information. It's going to be a lot. So if y'all can help each other out, if y'all have questions and say, hey, did you catch that date? Did you catch this date? Please help each other because, again, I'm taking a chance. This is a lot. When it retros back into Cancer, again, now we're falling into that back and forth rhythm method that I was just telling you about. Remember? Now we're going from assertive, Leo, courageous, on top of the mountain, self-centered, big heart, generous, do all the things for everybody, even though it's kind of going backwards and I'm unsure. Now we slide backwards into Cancer. Okay, now I got to be compassionate. Okay, now I got to figure out whose toes that I step on when Mars is in Leo. I got to figure out who do I need to apologize to. Oh, I got to figure out who's sensitive. I'm sensitive. Did I understand what was coming through? Just like I said, well, all this information that I just put on y'all, right? Of this little rhythm that goes back and forth, channeling creativity, hidden resilience brings the best to show, locating security because Cancer loves security. So when Mars backs up into Cancer, it's about locating that security, being secure within your emotions or practically secure within your life, your bills being paid, your house being secure and safe. You dig? January 7th, Mars goes retro in Cancer, right? But then on February 23rd, Mars goes direct. So now we're back in action. You get that, right? Because from the 6th of December until February 23rd, everybody is slowed down. Everybody. From the 6th of December until, what I say, February 23rd, Mars is retrograde. But understand this, from the 6th of December to December 13th, Mars and Mercury will be retrograde. I'm going to pause right there. I'm going to pause. This is the time because I think y'all need to ask some questions if you have them. I'm going to pause. So do you see how integral this is? Even though I broke things down into detail in the vibrations and the descriptions of Mars and Leo and Cancer, again, do you understand? Talk to me. Also, do you get, thank you, Spirit. Do you get how it's important to understand how to move through this thing and know at the same time when these forces are not necessarily working with you? Again, December 6th through the 23rd, Mars is retro. December 6th through December 13th, or 15th, Mars and Mercury will be retro. That means nobody's going to do shit. Nobody want to talk about shit. Nobody want to answer an email. Please, please forgive people during that time if they don't jump. Forgive yourself if you don't jump from the 6th to the 15th. Mercury, communication will slow down. You won't think about anything. Literally, it will feel like a time of like a retreat moment. But again, this is what I hear, and this is just me, y'all. I hear a few people saying, but I got things to do. I have presents to get. I have traveling to do. I still have some work that needs to be done from the 6th to the 15th of December. I need you to be patient with you and yourself and everybody else. I'm trying to tell you, I need, in my opinion, prepare yourself. Do not be that Johnny come lately kind of person. Do not wait to the last minute to get important projects off the ground, or I should say to complete them during this time, the 6th through the 15th of December. Do not wait, because you will not have Mars on your side of action, and you will not have your brain Mercury on the side to figure things out. Everybody's ghosts. I can't say it enough. Make sense? Does anybody have questions? And are you okay? I'm such a Cancer. I just want to check up on everybody. Make sure you're good. Might be this goddamn on tea that got me moving and rocking. I'm ready to go. Is there a question? That is why I've been trying to get everything. Yes, Miss A, please do that. Please do that. I love 37 people that are in here, 24 likes. Come on, y'all. Now, the real reason I say that is because it gets the algorithm going. Y'all know I don't care about validation, but I do care about more people getting to see what's coming through, because God loves me like that and gives me some great information. All right. I don't see no questions. And if you have one, put a big ass question mark, a couple of them, so I can see. Please go to Venmo and PayPal and Cash App if you like this information or the information that's coming to you. Please go to Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App, all right? I'm going to review. I stopped for questions, but here we go. November 3rd, Mars goes into Leo, already explained. The 6th, Mars goes retro in Leo, already explained. January 7th, Mars is retro, but it dips back into the vibration of Cancer. Right? So there we go. We go from Leo energy to Cancer energy. Review everything that I just said prior to this section, okay? In that flow of Mars and Cancer and Mars and Leo. That'll help you to understand around about that time, January 7th, the switching of the guards, okay? Then on February 23rd, Mars goes direct in Cancer. Now, it's time to utilize Cancer's energy of nurturing. Utilize Cancer's energy of understanding. Utilize Cancer's energy of mothering. Thank you, Spirit. Of going deep into somebody's heart. Mars and Cancer has a way of propelling deep in someone's heart to figure out what they need in order to make everybody happy and in order for you to move in a way in which everyone is taken care of. Oftentimes, I'm going to explain that. Oftentimes, people don't want to share what's in their heart because they're protecting themselves, because they don't trust you, because you might take their money. Mars and Cancer said, I have a very slightly manipulative way, but manipulating in a good way. I have a very, very manipulative way of getting to your heart, to get the information that I need in order for us all to move in according to God's plan. That's how, above anything and everything, that's how I want us all to utilize Mars and Cancer. Go inside the hearts of those that you care about. Go inside and figure out where people are compassionately. So when we move with everybody in mind. So when we move like a collective. We move like a community. So when we move with care. Does this make sense? Spirit is dope. Retrograde is necessary in order for you to back up and reassess. So let's talk about that. During retrograde season, any retrograde really, but since we're talking about this retrograde moment, before I go direct in Cancer, right? We're talking about retro as we are about to be in December 6th, right? Again, December 6th to February 3rd. When we're in retrograde, Mars in retrograde, I was telling the village last week, I'm calling it like repair your net kind of season. There's an awesome saying in the deck of cards that I have that says when fishermen can't go out to fish, they repair nets. So this is a repairing nets type of situation when Mars particularly is in retrograde, right? What you can do is, again, go to the things, the modalities, the information, the systems, the operating systems, the physical things, your body. Go to things in which you can repair, in which you can mend, in which you can buy something to replace, buy another bike to replace the bike that just fell down or just fell apart so you can go move again, go exercise again. You dig? During retrograde period and repairing these nets, what to stay away from. Please stay away from controlling any outcomes. First and foremost, it's not your business. It's God's business. It's your ancestors' business. It's your angels' business. Stop and please just stop. The outcomes are not going to be any better if you put worry on it, or any better if you spend $1 million and slip somebody a check here and there. God got this, y'all. God got this. Please stay away from reacting prematurely while Mars is in retrograde. Okay? Please. Or else you eat your ass. I didn't mean to say that. Or else you eat your foot with your ass. It'll break up your ass as you eat your foot. Lord have mercy. I got the whole analogy all messed up. And I don't know how to repair right now. Talk about repairing nets. You fall on your ass. You know what I mean? As you eat your words. Oh, Lord. Reacting prematurely. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Letting anger eat you alive. Please don't do that as well. You don't need to allow anger during this retrograde moment of Mars swimming out of control. Don't let anger get on you and in you and stay there. What can you do during retrograde moments so anger don't stick? Work out. Move. And it doesn't mean get a gym membership. It means go move your body. It means swim. It means walk the block 20 times. It means get on an elliptical bike. It means play with the kids on the floor for 15 minutes. It means turn on Michael Jackson and off the wall, dance off the wall, get your back up off the wall, dance. Come on. Like for real. It means, are y'all still laughing at my eating my ass? Reacting prematurely. That's why I can't eat my ass because anyway. Okay. Anyway, don't let anger eat you up during retrograde, okay? Mars in retrograde. Move, burn it off, beat up a bag. Is Bree on here? Did you get your boxing bag yet, honey? Okay. Lastly, in retrograde, there's a lot to do, but I'm only giving y'all a few. In retrograde period, and this repairing the nets, be willing to repress your sexual energy. This is what you should stay away from, meaning do not repress your sexual energy. Now, that looks like, all right, Sonja, what you want me to do? Go find anybody and have sex with? Nah. I mean, if you're with a partner, make it creative. You know what I mean? Make it fun. And if you don't have a partner, make it creative. Make it fun. That sexual energy can get backed up during Mars in retrograde season. Okay. So I need you to stay in that space of activating that first and second chakra. Keep that movement going through that first and second chakra so it doesn't harbor and your fibroids get all crazy and or you get some cysts down there and or you just feel locked up. Literally. You did? What can we do during Sonja, what can we do during Mercury retrograde? Good God, Mars retrograde. Spend time writing, communicating, and communing near fire. Okay? Things that I am promoting that you activate. Spend time writing, communicating, and communing near fire. I put that communing near fire because I saw that in my head. A few of you have fireplaces and/or fire pits, mobile fire pits. Do you know the beauty in watching dancing ambers in a fire? The magic, the conversations that the fire people have with you, the coals and the rocks and how they communicate with you, how they assist you in moving, not necessarily like angrily or aggressively, but they tell you how to bob and weave. I know it may sound a little strange as I look into a fire and they have conversations with me, but have you tried it? You're more magical than you think. Utilize the fire, commune with it during Mars retrograde. I also would like for you to start a moderate workout program. I already said that. Work on self-improvement. That's self-explanatory. Worry about your damn self. Mind your business. I said that very close. Lastly, spend time building with children. Yes, please. Yeah. When Mars is retrograde, spend time building with kids, especially when it's in Leo, because Leo energy is all about the children, all about the children. Now, when Mars goes direct, as I go back to my little schedule here, on February 23rd, right, goes direct in Cancer. When Mars goes direct, these are the things that I like for you to keep in mind. Please stay away from living in the old anger. When shit is done. Dead it. For the next 6 months, one of the biggest things you need to do is dead situations. If there's anything lingering in this moment in time, honestly, make a point, write it down, tell yourself, I'm going to talk to this person, or if you'd like to release it without closure, do that completely. Does that make sense? What to do when Mercury goes direct? No, what not to do when Mercury goes direct. Don't initiate too many projects, okay? Now, you may say, well, when things come up and things, get going, and this one wants me to come to this place and perform, or this one wants me to start this business over here. I'm not saying don't do anything. What I'm saying is when Mars is retro, when Mars goes direct, Sonja. Yeah. When Mars is retrograde, do not initiate. That's what I meant to say, not direct. When Mars is retrograde, do not initiate situations. You can talk about it, plan around it, get things in order, reach out to the resources and the references. And if you have to start something, double, triple, quadruple check and keep your anger in order. Please ask the people over and over and over and over again what the movements are so you are clear. Otherwise, wait till it goes direct, February 23rd. All right. What I like for you to do when it's direct is to remain positive in the signs that they're in. Meaning when Mars is in Cancer, when Mars is in Leo, we are using those energies to move swiftly and positively. I'm moving fast now, y'all, because I realize I still have to do these readings, right? Confront what needs to be repaired and clarify that joint. So here's the deal. What I mean by that, clarify what needs to be repaired and what needs to be moved on. This is not a time where we need to be shy. When Mars goes direct on February 23rd, it's about moving. It's about going. It's not about being shy. Cancer energy is not shy. Cancer energy is very, very much of a leader. Understand that. Leo is a leader, but it's a fixed, stubborn leader. Cancer is a leader because it knows what to do, specifically with emotions and how to move through emotional situations. You understand? So all of this stuff has been coming up for us. All of our emotions. Chiron is in the mix. I swear, I'm not going to tell y'all a lot of these aspects right now because when I tell you that Chiron is going to pull up some emotions, Uranus is going to pull up some emotions for the next 6 months. When Mars is in Cancer, hope you're adding these to your notes because I know I'm a little bit all over the place. But when Mars is in Cancer, it's time to address those emotions like a big dog, like an adult, like with some emotional maturity. And if you can't be emotional about talking to people about your feelings, and you got work to do, boo-boo. Like for real, I'm in your face about it. If something swells up in you and you just can't get it out, you can't have a conversation without taking accountability, then you have to do some work on you. Get a book of reading and we'll talk about that. That's for sure, for sure. But Mars in Cancer is about that time moving in that type of perspective, seeing people, right? Confronting emotional situations with clarity and with confidence. Now, what's your Mars sign? Now it's time to tell me what your Mars sign is. I would like to know, only because I want to just bring y'all into this conversation and see if I can give a couple of y'all a little bit of insight and how it's going to affect you and your movements. Are y'all all right? Is this information good for you? I want to read through a couple of things. I mean, be honest. Is it confusing? I need some temperature checks because, again, I have so much information and it's very clear to me, but it may come off confusing with you. So this is not insecurity. This is me trying to be secure about the information you're receiving. I'm very secure about what I say. I just want y'all to get it. All right. Okay, sweet tea. With my Mars and Mercury and Leo, should I stay in solitude until December 16th? No. It's not about solitude. It's about being careful because Mars, again, in Leo will be retrograde. So, no, I just heard Spirit said it's not about you being in solitude. It's just about moving slower. It's about saying the things slower. Okay? Does that make sense? Miss Reese 63. Answer me, April. That makes sense. I hope so. Miss Reese 63. Mars, you have Mars in Libra. Mars in Leo, it will be advantageous for you in a sense because Leo and Libra rock. But when that Mars goes into Cancer, baby bubba, you may have a hard time because Mars in Cancer is square your Mars in Leo. You're not going to want to move in an emotional space, right? So the cynical part of you and how you move and how you may not trust may have to pull back just a touch. Let people prove themselves to you, Miss Reese. 63. Does that make sense? Virgo Mars. Okay, Virgo Mars is cool in a sense that Virgo and Leo next to one another. That's called a semi-sextile. So when Mars is in Leo, you'll be good, right? When Mars is in Cancer, you'll be even better. I love Mars in Virgo, by the way, because Mars in Virgo is the worker, and that's where we're headed, y'all. On June 18th, Mars goes into Virgo, and all of this information that I'm setting y'all up for, hopefully you're getting it. Let me go back over here. Hopefully y'all getting it. Leads us up to getting to work like a doctor. Y'all know I was getting ready to come in with that Mahundra's Kumo D song because then that's when we apply everything. So anyway, back to you. Mars in Virgo will be very, very suited when it comes to the Mars. When Mars is in Cancer, your Mars in Virgo will assist, and you'll be a lot more service-oriented when it comes to assisting people. Thank you, Spirit. When it comes to assisting people with their emotional movements. For some reason, I don't know who this is, a Mars and Virgo person. I just saw you have children. So it's about you assisting your kids during something at that time. I may be totally wrong, or elders. It's about you servicing during that time to make people, again, happy, feel complete, feel secure, feel nurtured. I'm going to keep it like that. Mars is the action planet, the red planet. That's right, Nandi. If it's slowed down, I see that as time to rest. Too much action. Yes. It's absolutely time to rest. But we need to do things within that rest too. I'm glad you brought that up because we need to do things within that rest. We need to repair the nets within that rest, right? We need to get our, because Mars in Leo is not a standstill type of Mars energy. It still wants to do some things because it's a fire sign, even though it's going backwards. So do the things to prepare you for the next thing is the point. Y'all get that? Any other questions? Mars in Virgo, already did. Mars in Aquarius. Mars in Aquarius is a real interesting placement. When it's in, you're going to have an interesting time because when it's in Leo, it's literally asking us to do opposite. The universe is asking you to do opposite of what the world is providing. The universe of what you have. Say that again. Take two. The universe is giving you opposite motivation than what you naturally have. Mars in Aquarius. So it's about you pumping yourself up a little bit. This is what I just heard. It's about you, this particular Mars and Aquarius person, you moving past the, what's the word? Thank you. That's very specific. I don't know who you are, but past the notion that nobody, does it need you? That nobody needs you. You will be needed. Is the point. When Mars is in Leo, opposite this Mars in Aquarius, you've been pulling back and thinking nobody needs you. That's just what I heard. And I don't think that has anything to do with astrology. I think that was your people's. And so Mars in Leo is going to have to is asking you to step up and be more assertive instead of pulling back and being less confrontational. This Mars in Aquarius person. When it goes into Cancer, good God. That's all I'm going to say, because it's an irritation. Aquarius and Cancer, it's a quincunx. You understand? So it is going to irritate you to have to bring up some emotional situations, to be emotionally, not aggressive, Sonja, to be emotionally forthright. You understand what I mean? Aquarius energy doesn't like that. Thank you. This is what I just heard. I heard stick close to your water friends for the next couple of months and allow them to assist you. Mars and Aquarius person. If you're a water sign, that's great. But they're still asking you to sit next to or stay next to water people. I don't know why they're going on with you, because it's a hard placement. And honestly, Mars and Aquarius is rebellious as fuck, and they don't want to do the things that they need to do. That's the point. So I think they're overworking this point for you, sweetie pie, because they're like, you're going to have to do the things that you don't want to do in order to work this period out. That's all I'm going to say, because I got these 5 readings, y'all, and I can't. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to them. I'm like, I can't read everybody. They're going on and on. And I'm like, we're already going to be here for another hour and a half. Trust and believe. If you can stay, I'd appreciate that. Also, if this information is good, ask any questions, please. And Weissman, you coming up, girl. Don't worry about it. Ask any questions if you need to, please and very please. I want everyone to get off of here learning something, at least one thing. And if it feels good on you, please go over to Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. I'd appreciate any amount of donations, $1, $20, $1,000, $10,000. Y'all hit the lotto. If I hit the lotto, I'm inviting everybody to my new house. I keep hearing my grandmother say, Sonja, play the lotto. Play the lotto. I'm like, oh. Anyway, Mars in Pisces, you're going to love it when it's in Cancer, but that Leo shit is irritating. It's going to make you, the person has Mars in Pisces, you got to move with assertiveness. And Mars in Pisces don't like to move with assertiveness. You move like a shapeshifter, coming in and out and blending in situations. I mean, yeah, I don't know if it's going to work during that Leo period, Mars in Leo period, retro and direct. Why? Because you have to almost perform. You got to step into it. So if you want to shapeshift into Whitney Houston, do that. Shapeshift into a performer, shapeshift into, at least for a couple of weeks, and showing up and being your baddest ass self. You get that, Mars in Pisces? You're gonna have to pretend for a little while. When it goes into Cancer, it's a more secure home. You'll understand how to move with Mars in Cancer, and it's an emotionality and emotional maturity is what it's promoting. You dig? And that'll feel a lot more comfortable for you. All right. Questions. I'm about to move on. This next section is gnarly as fuck. And again, like I said, I have aspects. Jump in here with any questions, y'all. I'm kind of waiting. I'm a stall for a minute. I have aspects that I like to share with you that's going to happen, that's building us up to Mars going in Virgo on June 18th. It's incredible. However, there's 20 aspects that I have listed. I'm not going through every explanation of 20, y'all. Actually, I'm going to save that for my village. My village folks, y'all in here, right? I'm going to save that for y'all. But I'm going to pick out the points that are really, really, really dynamic that I want y'all to remember. Okay? Y'all ready? Let me double check. Any questions? Thank y'all for being here. Hi, Roxy. How you doing, sweet lady? Oh, I'm so glad you have a Mars in Cancer. That's a beautiful thing. Mars in Cancer people and Mars in Leo people, you are favored, right? Know this too. Mars will not be in Leo or Cancer for another 2 years. Mars always goes into your sign every 2 years. Understand this other fact. So that means when Mars is in your sign, right? Your sun sign. When Mars is in your sun sign, understand this, right? If you're a Scorpio, Mars is in Scorpio. If you're a Cancer, when Mars is in Cancer. If you're a Taurus and Mars is in Taurus. Your Mars being in your sign happens every 2 years. So if you're a Cancer or Leo and Mars is in your sign, this is your year to initiate shit for yourself. Next year, it'll be time for people to initiate things for you. And then the next year is back to you. Do y'all get that? You need me to explain that again? That's a beautiful little fun fact. Y'all need to write that shit down. I'm trying to tell y'all this is a workshop. I wish I can see your faces. I really, really do. Dr. Locks, what's happening? Your Mars is in Gemini. You know you're going to be all right when that Mars is in Leo. By the way, Mars is in Leo, sits right and nice with it because Mars gets it going. Mars and Gemini gets it moving, gets Leo pumped up, and gives Leo more courage, more information to perform. When it goes into Cancer, though, even though you're a Cancer, Dr. Locks, I know this, right? For other people, being that you're a Cancer, it'll work out. However, your movements will be a little bit more erratic. So you're gonna have to pull back a little bit, sweetie pie face, and rely on your moon. Rely on that moon in Pisces. All right. I hope that makes sense. Is this the same for all water signs when Mars is in Cancer? For the most part, yes, because that's a very good question. Thank you for asking that, Royal. Because Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio are all water signs, right? So when Mars is in a water sign, the other water signs are favored. If Mars is in a fire sign, the other fire signs are favored. Get that? Make sense? You just wrote that down? All right, A. I love sharing info, y'all. But again, this is not me being insecure. This is me making sure you got it. Do you get it? We're going to move on. Y'all ready for these aspects? And then I'm going to start my 5 readings. That's going to be a little bit, but that's going to be fun. Stick around for that, okay? What is so freaking dope about my life? Yep, that's my Leo shit talking right now. Is that I will sit back, y'all, and I'll be like, why do I need to do such and such and such and such? Spirit is like, if you ask me that one more time, and I'm like, well, gosh darn it, okay, I'll just do it. So I'm sitting here trying to get this information, realizing what's going on. I go into my ephemeris on the phone, and I look and I say, oh, the first freaking aspect is unreal today. The North Node purpose is trining Mars. Is that what Sonja said? Spirit said to Sonja, and then Sonja said to y'all, let's do this Mars situation live on YouTube. Is it just me or I'm excited by that discovery today? December 4th, the North Node trines Mars. That means it's purposeful. It's about destiny that we talk about Mars. Wherever we're going in this moment in time, Mars is leading the way. Even though I'm going to bring you through varied layers of changes and situations from here on out up until June 18th, remember the first aspect, the day we did this special, the North Node was trining Mars. It was purposeful, harmoniously purposeful to talk about Mars's positions. Why? So we can strap up our boots. We can put our backpacks on. We can look ourselves in the eye. We can grab the courage that we have and muster it and get ready to go. Now, I say that with everything in me, and I understand the emotionality and the changes that are going to happen after this day. Trust and believe, but I want y'all to remember that you are strong enough to push through this. There's a reward at the end. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that auspicious? Oh my God, please share with me. I wish y'all was here because I really just want to, it's so divine. It's so divine, Royal. All right, that's today, December 4th. I'm just going to read the aspects, but I'm not going to expound on all of them, okay? I changed my mind because I know a few of you will be like, you know what? I do want to look them up on my own time because you're students. So here we go. Today, December 4th, North Node trines Mars. December 12th, Venus oppositions Mars. Now, the reason why that's such a big deal, I'll pause for a minute, because like I said before, Venus is the wife. Mars is the dude. And Venus is like, honey, I want to do this. I desire to do this. I got all this love to do this. I got a little bit of money to do this. I got beautiful things and I want to go and do this. And Mars says, you do? Okay, honey, I'll execute. Okay, honey, I'll make somebody mad and make this happen. Okay, honey, I'll confront the situation. Okay, honey, I'll build it. Okay, honey, I'll love you down real quick. Make you feel good and then go. Make you feel worthy and then go. Mars, sex, right? So you have to know Venus and Mars works well together. But when they're opposing, December 12th, they're going to be in opposite positions and we're going to feel like, what just happened? Am I on my purpose? Yes, you are. We're just pulled. And that pull, that opposition, that balance that needs to happen is just you seeing your worth and how you need to move. You have to see it from an opposite perspective because sometimes if we see it in the same lens, it don't look too advantageous. Does that make sense? Sometimes when we see love and passion in ourselves through one particular lens, we can't see ourselves. However, passion through Venus is saying, look at the opposite end of how to move. I think if we move differently, we'll be able to receive our passions, is what that aspect is saying. That makes sense? Ooh, yeah, please respond to me. I don't want to lose you. On Christmas, December 25th, the sun will quincunx Mars going retrograde. There's a little irritation that day. Don't fight too much. You will be irritated by people and their shit, okay? On January 7th, Venus trines Mars. Neptune trines Mars. Uranus sextiles Mars. Should I say that again? January 7th, Venus trines Mars. Value and worth will be proven by how we're moving or how we're not moving. Because remember, it's retrograde. So the things that we hold back on, it'll be proven to be the right thing on that day. January 7th, okay? But check this out. Neptune trines Mars, Uranus sextiles Mars, about 2 months. That means imagination coming together with Mars. That means changeable things coming together with Mars. I'm just listing them, y'all. It's a lot of information. February 1st, Saturn trines Mars. Until it goes direct, and it will last for 2 months. That's a beautiful thing. So Mars is like, now I need you to gear up on some discipline. All the things that you are redirecting, that you are refocusing on, that you are moving differently in, I need you to put some discipline on that, some work. I need you to do it consistently. You see where the buildup is going now? Am I speaking too fast and am I speaking too simple? Because again, this is a big deal. Saturn trines Mars on February 1st. Here's the building blocks. Here comes Saturn. Here's the building blocks of the action or the non-action that we need to do that's going to prove itself really, really soon. Why? Because Saturn always says, work hard for me and I will reward you. February 1st, same day, Chiron squares Mars. Ooh, the thing that you got to be disciplined about, what is being said right now, is some anger, some wounds that want to come up. On February 1st, don't be thrown off, y'all. The wounds that are coming up, the old things that are coming up are literally coming out like a wet fart. I know that sounds disgusting as hell and somebody just spit their water out, but I want to say that as graphic as I can because Chiron is a bunch of shit, a whole bunch of wet shit that just wants to come out. And Mars is squaring it, giving it fire, energy, heat. You understand what I'm saying? Get the wet shit out. Get the wounds out. Get the things that don't work no more out on February 1st. That's going to last for 2 months. Don't let it destroy your motivation, your momentum, your propulsion. As the wet fart comes up, it's literally saying you've done a good job because you've been addressing all of these wounds the whole time. I'm going to be on here till 9:35. Lord have mercy, some information. What's that date? February 23rd. Here we go. Mars goes direct. So now Mars is going direct in Cancer. On that same day, Mercury trines Mars. Wait, what? Mars goes direct on the same day Mercury is trining it? Decisions. February 23rd. Make decisions and move. That's all I'm going to say. February 23rd. Make decisions and move. If you're indecisive around about that time, I'm not going to say it's going to be a problem, but what I'm saying is it can be a little tricky. You've had all this time up until February 23rd to think about your movements, to do the pros and cons of your movements, to trial and error your movements. February 23rd, make a decision and move. What's that date? April 12th, Susan's birthday. Venus will trine Mars in Cancer. Mercury will trine Mars. North Node trines Mars again, keeping us on track. Ooh, yeah. April 18th, Mars goes into Leo. April 18th, Mars goes back into Leo. May 17th, Mercury squares Mars. Ooh, I wish I could talk about that. I will next year. May 20th, Venus trines Mars. Uh-oh. Wow. So Venus is now trining Mars. So all the movement that we've been doing up until that moment, May 20th, Venus is about to give us a reward for. It's showing us our worth in it, our value. It's saying to possess, meaning to harbor, take in the things that we have built and own it, straight up own it with all the worth and value in your heart. May 20th, Venus trines Mars. Here's the buildup. June 7th, Mercury sextiles Mars. Thoughts, the thoughts and the decisions are coming together with the actions. June 9th, Jupiter sextiles Mars. Wait. We have Venus being harmonious with Mars, showing us the buildup. You're worth it. You're worthy. Mercury is harmonious with Mars. Believe it. Think about it. Talk about it. Plan for it. Know it. You're dope. How you been moving. How you been processing information. Right? And then on June 9th, Jupiter sextiles Mars. That's the reward. Bing, 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 bing. I know y'all better throw up some emojis. I know that much. I'm bullying y'all right now. Because why? Jupiter is the planet of blessings, the planet of rewards, the planet of opportunities, the planet of overwhelming sensations, a planet of exploration and evolution, of expansion. We did all that work from November 3rd until June 9th. And Jupiter sextiles Mars after all of that? Y'all don't think that's a means to celebrate? Y'all don't think, yo, if you believe in what's coming through in my very minimal words that my vocabulary I'm using today, because I'm just excited. Please donate to a sister, but more importantly, share this information, but more importantly, sit back and meditate on what has come through, what has resonated with you. Because I want us to win. Does this make sense? Talk to me, y'all. We're about to go on over to our live readings at 6:25. All right, we're going to be here for a little while. I was prepared. All good in the hood, baby. It's all right if you leave too. I understand. Please come back and get the rest of the information and or stay. And I can't believe it's 38 of y'all in here. That may not seem like a lot, but to me it is. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, you can stay and listen to these live readings. However, I do encourage you that you go, that once this is posted, you do go back and re-watch this, because I know it's just dates and numbers and blah, 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 blah. And in between, the kids are like, Mommy, I want some rice. Give me some more rice. I get it. But check this out all over again, okay? Play it and pause it. It's necessary that we build up. Let me, before I go into these readings. And by the way, Anonymous number 1, the first person who booked is up first. Then Anne, then Bree, then Mary, and then Anonymous number 2, the last person that booked. Just want you to know that, okay? And get prepared. I think what I just got just now, y'all, is Spirit is hyped about us not only moving in the way that is necessary for us to move, but that we take pleasure, that we own how we move, that we, again, do not judge and or criticize ourselves and how we move, and that we give ourselves compassion, that we rest, yes, that we absolutely show up and be bodacious when it's necessary. This is a stick and move kind of situation. And again, the one of the biggest reasons why I came on here is because typically Mars stays in a sign for 6 weeks. Mars is staying in 2 signs for 7 months. Don't you think that's significant to know how, where the energy, the activity is going? Spirit said, be confident when that Leo energy takes over. And then also when Cancer takes over, to find a way to insert love and compassion with that confidence, so we can do what? Build from the core, build from the heart space, build from compassion, build from care, build from nourishing, build from love, build from self-love. Like literally, when it goes and it retros back into Cancer, it's almost saying, don't forget about you. Don't forget about the soft areas, the soft spaces as we are building, right? And then we go into Venus hitting. This is when it starts. May 20th. Venus is trining Mars. And Venus is like, yo, you worthy of all that shit that you just did. Yes. And Mercury goes, now we're sextiling Mars. Make a decision. Get the people in place. Get the plan in order. Jupiter comes in sextiling Mars on what did I say? June 9th, to give us the rewards, to show us the possibilities. It's necessary that we get this sticking in sticking groove movement, right? Because then on the 18th of June, here comes Mars in Virgo. Mars in Virgo it's time to get to work. Virgo is the biggest worker of the zodiac. Virgo can outwork anybody and everybody. Trust me when I tell you. Okay? And when we get there, now it's about taking everything that we build and putting it in logical categories of service and precise execution, serving ourselves and others with precision. Mars in Virgo. I hope this is making sense. Don't forget the transcript as well when rewatching the broadcast. Thank you, Katrina. Cute little commercial. All right. Please, please, now is the time to ask any questions. I'm about to roll into it right now. Thank you for the hearts, y'all. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the heart. Remember, Anonymous One is up first. As I try my hand, y'all, in bringing up these charts, I'd appreciate your patience. I really, really would. Okie dokie, schmokey. Again, any questions, please throw them at me. Here's I don't know what your name is. Legible. Legible. Good God, Sonja. Legible pixel. As Scorpio, Sun, Venus, and Aquarius, Mars, Leo, Moon, everything is in shambles, but essential routine. Does this have to do with Neptune and your girl or a guy? That's a reading. I'm gonna be very honest with you. You know, you just threw out 6 different aspects to me, and I would have happily addressed that if you'd paid for a private reading here on this thing. It wasn't that much money, but you had to get in there quick because 5 slots filled up in like 2 days. But so good. But that's a reading, baby. I can't go too far into that. Please hook up with me. And I'm not dismissing you. This thing is long. Okay. So that's a lot. If you can simplify it and just ask me one question about one aspect, one position, not your Mars and Leo, Libra moon, and like that's a lot. Because now I have to go in my mind, and your Sun and Venus, Aquarius. I have to go in my mind and see your chart. That's too much. Okay, I'm over explaining. Okay, please book a read. Anybody can book a read. If this information helps you, please visit Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. I'd really appreciate that thing there, y'all. I really, really, really would. Maya, how you doing, honey? Mars in Virgo. Do we lean into being detailed orientated when creating our foundations, or do we not worry about it until later on? No. Mars in Virgo, you absolutely have to be you. You absolutely have to adhere to your Mars in Virgo throughout this 6-7 months, right? It is going to be activated in some kind of way. Be you. However, with your Mars in Virgo, just staying with just one aspect of being, one description of being detailed, while it's in Leo, yeah, be detailed about the things that you are asking for, the things that you are moving through courageously. Pick and choose what you want to attack. When it's in Cancer, that's a better time because Virgo energy sextiles Cancer energy. So it's a good time for you to not only be servicing when in regards to Cancer and its nourishing movements, you will be able to service, look at the details in a nourishing, emotional, thank you, God, compassionate and unconditional type of way. That's for you, Maya. I heard that specifically. Being more unconditional. When Mars is in Cancer for you, with your Mars in Virgo, they want you to choose and to show, to teach more unconditional love, especially the people that are in your family. Because for some reason, I feel like it's just what I heard. A lot of things are transactional. You can tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me kick rocks if you want. But I just felt a lot of things are transactional. So you're up to bat and teaching them, this man just said, you're up to bat into teaching them how to love, how to service, how to move with no conditions. They'll learn. Few people will anyway. I am doing these live readings periodically, Kina. As a matter of fact, thank you for jumping the gun. I was going to ask that question on the outro. Would y'all like for me to do these live readings again? Or is it too much? I really want to know. Again, it's the only way I can sometimes decide what to do for the community and myself for that matter, is knowing how much you can handle. So if you like live reads, if you like this type of information, again, let me know. Email me. I don't care. Hit me up in my DMs. Let me know what was right, what was not so right. I mean, I like feedback. As long as it's positive and it's useful. You dig? Got a couple of yes, please. It's okay. Oh, okay. Well, Maya, what did you... Oh, your Mars is not in Virgo. When Mars is in Virgo. Oh, see, that's why I hate texting sometimes. Hate is not a good word, but that's why I get confused. I actually have a Mars in Aries, but a North Node in Virgo. So I was curious about how to move when Mars is in Virgo, and very true about transactional love within family, trying to navigate that. See, it's the two sides of my head. Okay, I'm glad we got that ancestral information coming through your people. Thought the puppy was throwing up. But astrologically, yes. Thank you for reiterating that. I'm glad you did. Especially, let me read that again. Mars in Aries. You have a Mars in Aries. Your North Node is in Virgo. So when Mars goes into Virgo, that's you hitting your purpose. Yes, please. Yes, please. But your Mars in Aries is gonna have to be patient, honey. Mars in Virgo is going to ask you to do it, yes, precisely, in order for you to reach your goals, in order for you to reach your destiny, your North Node. But your own natal Mercury, your own natal Mars is going to have to slow down and pull back and be patient and not react, not jump the gun. You dig? I hope that makes sense. We want you back. Where'd I go? Where'd I go, Royal? You absolutely love these sessions? Okay, good. I got a couple of yeses. All right. I appreciate that. Everybody else is a little confused or you haven't decided yet? All right. Here we go. Y'all ready? Let me try to start this. Share this screen. Ooh, we are. Let me see how this works. Now let me know what it looks like. All right. Is it really, really small? Or should we come in closer? There we go. Oh, Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. What's that looking like? Patience is on the level. You so welcome, baby. Oh, Royal, so cute. You said live anything. You want me to sit on here live and just talk mess and pick my nose? This is anonymous number 1. This person was born. Ooh, sorry, y'all. I got to get used to this thing, so I'm going to go back and forth a little bit. This person was born on December 15th, 1978. December 15th, 1978. Y'all ready? Oh, Lord. Okay, let me keep it like that. How does this look to y'all? Looks good. Thank you, ZP. It's still a little small. A lot of activity. Okay, I'm going to try to keep it like this. How's this? Is this good for everybody? All right. I do need some feedback, though. I'm really serious. December 15th. I don't expect you to respond since you want to be anonymous, but I hope you're here. And if you're not, there you go, Miss Irene. I hope that's better. If you're not, it's okay. Oh, you can zoom in yourselves. Thank you, D. My villagers in here. I love y'all. I love y'all. Thank you, D Stokes. When I zoom in, it's clear. Okay, thank y'all. Okay, cool. Here we go. Anonymous person born December 15th. Now, what I want to show y'all in here, which I'm gonna have to go back and forth, is, can you see my cursor? Can you see my cursor moving in circles right now? Anybody? No. Okay. I didn't think so. Thank you, Brianna. All right. No problem. So what I want y'all to, if you can follow the symbols in the chart, do so. If you cannot, don't worry about it. This is just to make something a little, to make y'all see how I read. This is called a bi-wheel. What's in the inside, the circle on the inside, that's okay. Y'all don't need to see my cursor. Look at the inside circle. The inside circle is the chart of the person. The outside circle is the chart of the transit chart on December 6th when Mars goes retrograde. Okay? Again, the inside circle is the person. The outside circle, the one that's closest to the color brackets on the outside, that's the transit chart that's happening on December 6th. So when astrologers read your chart and we want to see where you at today, we put the outside, we put the transit chart on the outside to see how it affects you on the inside, with your chart being on your natal chart being on the inside. This person, starting from here, December 15th person, anonymous number 1. This person, you may not be able to see, and I'm not going to point it out because you can't see my cursor, but this person has Mars in Leo transiting their fourth house right now. So what's going to be affected when it comes to this Mars going back and forth into Leo and Cancer will be their fourth house and their third house. There's a lot of activity currently. I'm going to put myself on a timer, y'all, because if I don't, y'all know me. Hopefully a couple of y'all know me. Excuse me, but I will go on and on and on and on and on and on. Where's the gosh damn timer? Okay, here we go. Timer. Oh no. Shit. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Reset. Okay. 15 minutes. I'm gonna give you 17, 16. Here we go. Quiet, mama. Quiet. Misty. Misty. Sit. Thank you. So, this person has Mars touring in their fourth house, the bottom of the chart. You'll see the number 4 down there. That's the fourth house. The fourth house, and when it backs up into Cancer, it'll go through the third house. So their movements, their emotions, their movement, their motivation, their action has to do with home right now. December 15th person, are you moving? Do you need to move? Are you trying to get out the house? Is something going on with the house? Are there some repairs happening in the house? Are there some arguments, is what I'm hearing, around your family, in the house or in other people's houses? When it goes retro, you're going to have to revisit that. When it goes retro, it's going to drag back through your fourth house, and you're going to have to face. This person is a Sagittarius. Sagittarius people do not like confrontation, because when they do, they go all out, 0 to 60. So they'd rather just stay back to happy. So your confrontations will happen with family. Can you handle it? December 15th, anonymous number 1. When it backs up into Cancer, Cancer energy is about the family. So Cancer, and so when Mars, get out of here, when Mars goes into Cancer, it starts in that fourth house, is asking you to address any type of arguments or confrontations that you're having around family, around your foundation, around ancestors or elders, for sure. And then it'll back up into Cancer and go into that third house. So now it's about being motivated to talk, to express yourself, specifically to your siblings or to people that are in your neighborhood that can assist with you moving, or you having to be more assertive and aggressive with your family and or your foundation. I hope this person is on here, because this is very, very specific. What's going to happen though? Look at that. Right now, this is pulling out some shit for you, baby, because Mars at 6 degrees Leo in this moment in time is squaring your Chiron. This is how I work. As I am talking about what you need to do and how you need to move and where the arguments are coming up, Spirit is like, ding, 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 ding. Your ancestors are like, ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, why? Why are the family going through whatever they're going through? And I'm not saying you have to be December 15th. I could be totally wrong. But there's something cantankerous coming up around your foundation. Now, the real reason why I was like, well, what else is happening? Because it feels heavier. I look at your Chiron in the 12th house is at 5 degrees Taurus. Mars in Leo squares your Chiron at 5 degrees Taurus. Chick or dude, that is not easy. The movements that are happening in your home and your familial life that's happening right now, that's asking you to change your ways, your movements, how you address and assert certain situations, is literally bringing up wounds in your subconscious, in your 12th house. When things go on in people's 12th house, nobody knows about it. And this December 15th person, this anonymous person, can feel Betty, Betty, Betty. Y'all remember that from Hollywood Shuffle? Betty, Betty, Betty. You can feel really freaking Betty out this motherfucker. Like for real. Because all the wounds are coming up in your psyche, but you're being asked to be assertive, to move with family, to be aggressive, to make decisions, to be courageous for other people. I hope this person is listening. At the same time, let me look, because I'm an intuitive reader. I don't study charts. I just get it when they tell me to get it. and that'll be done. But I need to pull out of this. Hold on. I need to see this from my perspective. There we go. I'm going to pull it out in a minute, y'all, but I got to look to see what else is this. But then, yes, but then Mars is hitting this North Node for you. No. Where's your North Node? Oh, no. Backtrack. Hold on. 6. Oh, great. Okay, use your words. December 15th person, use your words right now. Please and very please, when it comes to what it is that you need to be assertive about in this moment in time, when it comes to you addressing situations, when it comes to you moving for your family, your foundation, when it comes to local, because when it backs up, it's going to go into that third house. So there's something about local environment too, your neighborhood again, or your siblings, or your car. I just heard car too. Something about your car or something that you need to either work on, deal with the mechanics of, right? But I got it. But here's the situation though. Mercury is favorable with you in this moment, right? December 6th, meaning that you need to ask. The only real things that are going to happen for you and the changes that are going to happen for you is if you speak up. Now, being a Sag, you don't have a problem speaking up, but you need to be assertive because your speaking up can absolutely be coated with some funny, some lightheartedness, and folks are not taking you seriously. Ooh, I hope this person is here because I just heard that very, very clear. Folks are not taking you seriously. I hope this December 15th person is here. But right, when it backs up, hold on. Cancer, Aries, Libra. Thank you for your patience. Right. Oh, but it's not going to go back 17. It's going to go back to 17. 17. 17. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. All right. So when it backs up, Mars backs up into Cancer, right? On February 23rd, it will go direct. Like I said, at that point, it's going to be 17 degrees Cancer. Mars will be. At that point, it's going to trine your Venus. Yes, February 23rd for you, December 15th, anonymous person, is a time where you can make some money. I said it. Why? Leading up, like a week or so leading up to that. Why? Because even though Mars is retro in that time, whatever you're repairing, remember during retrograde, we are repairing nets. Whatever you are repairing, right, absolutely wants to grow corn around when it hits your Venus. And that's going to be on February 23rd. Your Venus, goodness gracious, y'all. Your Venus is right here. You can't see it because I'm moving my cursor, but y'all can't see it. Your Venus is in that 6th house to the right and right below. Let's look like a person with a head and then a cross underneath it in orange. Your Venus is at 12 degrees Scorpio. Girl, dude. With Venus being in the 6th house of everyday daily activity on February 23rd, it's a really good day for you to pay attention as Mars favorably hits that Venus and produces what? Money, value on a daily basis at your job. The 6th house is about work and it's about daily activity. It's what we do on a daily basis. And it's about our coworkers and it's about where we work, not about career. It's about the physical place and the physical thing we do from 9 to 5 every day. You may get a new job at that time. I don't know if you want a new job, but maybe you'll be working up to it until that point in February 23rd when Mars hits that favorably. Boom. Here comes the money. Here comes the opportunities. Here comes the passion, at the very least, being reignited. I hope this person is here. We got 7 more minutes. Thank y'all for being here. Is this information helping you in any way? This December 15th person, you don't have to answer that. But is it in anybody else getting anything out of it? Let me look at something else in which I have to move this back and forth, Miss A. I apologize for any dizziness that you get, but it's not purposeful. That's for ding dong damn sure. Scorpio, Taurus, I already did that. Aries and Libra. Aries and Libra. Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Oh, we have to talk about this. On the same day, February 23rd, when Mars is at 23 degrees Cancer, if you look in that same house, the sixth house where Venus is, right below it is Pluto. There's a small circle with a thing that goes under it and then a cross. It's in red. Pluto, 18 degrees Libra, is going to square that Mars. December 15th person, you're going to have to use some serious discretion and discernment on February 23rd, because at the same time of your Venus being ignited and blessings wanting to come through, money even coming, like I just said, things being recognized as being more beautiful, more valuable, your possessions, finding its way to you. And I mean that, like the things that you need, your possessions, the things that you need, they find their ways to you at the same time that Mars is bringing it to you, but at the same time that Mars is fighting Pluto the same day. So here's the thing. If Venus is asking you to see yourself in a different way, to have different value systems, to own your possessions, own your damn self, right? Pluto is saying you have to be willing to transform. You have to be willing to abolish anything and everything. And it may not look like what you want it to look like, because Mars, or I should say, it may not be initiated like how you want it to be initiated, because Mars is probing it. In Cancer, Mars in Cancer squares your Pluto. I'm going to say that again simply. Somebody asks you somebody gives you a promotion on February 23rd. Literally gives you a promotion, sixth house, that's daily activity all day, every day. Venus and Mars hitting up, boom, star pupil, star employee, right? But then Pluto is being aspected in the same house. It's going to call for you to transform, which means that your co-workers that you've been going to lunch with, they ain't fucking with you no more, because now you make $100,000 more. You understand? Now you make $100,000 more and you're more powerful. But in order to get what you want, December 15th, anonymous person, you're going to have to transform and move from these levels that Pluto is saying. You might not want to, but you got to, boo-boo. In order to reach for the stars, you got to go there. And those that are there to celebrate with you, they'll be there if they love you. And if they don't, they fall the fuck off. Reverend Jason said something the other day that reminded me, and I totally forgot about this. Sometimes you get information, especially astrology, and then you forget. And one of the reasons why Cancer energy is so dope is because, and we all have Cancer energy. Remember, we all have 12 signs in us, regardless of who you are, right? But so this pertains to you too. Cancer energy is so dope because it literally, as the crab, will change its whole life, change its whole possessions by taking its shell off. Literally like a hermit crab, right? And then go and adopt another shell. Y'all get that? Once they get that other shell, it's a whole nother life. But they had to abandon that other shell. And sometimes that takes a while. So a person criticized me some years ago and says, wow, you never have the same friends over and over and over. And I said, first of all, I do have some real tried and true friends. I talk a lot of shit when I'm public, but I do have some true and tried and true friends. However, most of them do leave with the shell. That's natural. That is natural, December 15th, anonymous person, that when you are asked to move in a higher position in your life, you're going to have to take on that ability like the crab, to abandon that shell and to literally transform like Pluto wants you to in a whole nother vibration, in a whole nother space, in a whole nother avenue of living. I hope this makes sense for this December 15th person. Okay. I love you too, April. Thank you for coming through. Does this make sense? I hope. Is this good information for the spectators? You never thought about that with cancers, right? I used to ride, every now and again I have my same, statements that I use, right? Intuitive learning. But I used to say that one a lot because it is very indicative of Cancer energy, emotional energy. We will abandon the whole shit, literally, if we feel unsafe. Get the fuck up out of here. Boom. And people will get thrown off, but I didn't even do nothing. But I just said, but I was just playing. I only took $5. I didn't take $29,000. I'm out. That's that Cancer energy. Anyway, December 15th person, I'm trying to look at what else we should talk about with you, honey pie. Ooh, thank you, Spirit. I like that your Saturn is in Virgo, because when it's in Cancer, so it seems to be when Mars is in Cancer for you, December 15th person, is the best time. So I would say, just what I heard in my opinion, being your astrologer in this moment. When Mars is in Leo, chill the fuck out. When Mars goes into Cancer, though, you got work to do, because it's going to hit your Venus. It's going to make you realize your worth. It's also going to hit Pluto, like I just explained, make you have to transform in a really hard way. You may not want to leave them, but it's also going to hit your Saturn in a favorable way. So it's giving you discipline. It's giving you discipline to do what? Oh, it's in your 5th house, to be creative. It's giving you discipline to love. It's giving you discipline to pay attention to how creative you can be. And not just artistically creative, but creative in a way in which you can come up with information and come up with new ways of moving, Mars. You get what I'm saying? It's going to ask you to join the kids. December 15th person, I don't know if you like children. Well, you got Saturn in the 5th house, so that makes it a little hard. But the North Node is there too, so it's your purpose to understand kids nowadays. This life. North Node in your 5th house, with Saturn sitting in there, you may not have the best. You may not have the best relationship with kids. But it's time for you to put that to work. As Mars hits your Saturn and your North Node, close to your North Node in the 5th house, it's literally time for you to work on your relationships with babies and work on your relationship and having fun with yourself. And I'm not going to say you're a Debbie Downer, but at the same time, you stop yourself from moving because of that Saturn in Virgo. You stop yourself from doing almost anything, to be truthful with you, especially if it ain't perfect. So when Mars in Cancer sits on that Saturn, it's asking you to listen, be compassionate, be easy on yourself, find a way to move in a flow. So you can adhere to the details bit by bit by bit by bit. And you don't become overly critical about your movements. Why? Because you need this discipline. You need this discipline of this 5th house of realizing and working on love and creativity, children, and fun, because it's bringing you to your destiny. North Node in that 5th house. Boom. The timer went off, everybody, so I'm going to go to the next person. 4 more to go. Thank you for hanging on in there, y'all. Thank you for hanging on in there. The person up next is Ann. Ann Weissman, you still in here, baby love? I'm hoping that you'll love this information. This is a time to ask any questions that you have about anything. Please give me enough context, though, so I can answer the question from an informed space, all right? I don't want to guess on what it is you're talking about. Ann Weissman, you in here, baby love? She said, yep. All right. Oh, shucks. And I want to thank you for being a longtime supporter and believer of what it is that comes through me. Ann has been a client for a few years now, and I'm very, very grateful for you. Very, very grateful for you. I think I do what I do for people like you, Ann. Honestly, I didn't know where this part of my life was going to go, dealing with astrology. Thank y'all for humoring me and letting me speak right now, but or being patient rather. But I didn't know where this thing was going to go. And it's people like Ann and a good number of clients that I've had for years that take what comes through with a grain of salt, but at the same time, open up to receive, in which spirit works with them in regards to the information that comes through. Those are the people that benefit from my readings, that work on it singularly, the information that comes through by themselves. Those that rely on me or anybody else to help them through it, they don't get it, because they're, again, relying on other people. You got to do the work for yourself. And thank you for doing the work. I really, really mean that. I really, really do. All right. Ann Weissman. Let me start your timer, boo boos. Boo boos. All right. So Mars, Mars is on the top right there. Excuse me for the dizzy. Oh, lordy bajordy. Hold on. And wait, where's your Mars? Okay, Mars is in the. All right. So with Anne, I don't know if you can see in the top left quadrant, the Mars is swimming out there in that 11th house by itself. Again, I said it looks like a phallic symbol, is red. That's at 6 degrees Leo. Remember, that's our reference point for everybody's reading. We start with a reference and then we go around the chart to see it's affecting for this person throughout a couple of months, in which I can see straight away in 15 minutes. Okay? So, and Mars is moving through your 11th and your 12th house. Some may not see it. Let me see if I can go a little bigger. There we go. Mars is moving through, is at the very top, and it's kind of covered right now. But Mars is moving through your 11th house and your 12th house. So your 11th house and your 10th house. Does it go back? Let me study just a touch. Sonja. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, it's gonna go back in the 10th house. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. It's going to go through your 11th and then back up through your 10th. So currently, Anne, Mars sitting in your 11th house is you working on your dreams, your aspirations, you working on your community, your friendships, you working on groups, fraternities, sororities, organizations, coming togethers of some kinds. The 11th house, but what Spirit told me is literally about your dreams and aspirations, though, and how Mars sitting in your 11th house is giving you. And tell me if I'm wrong, Anne. Okay, if you can tell me if I'm wrong, because it'll help me to divert the reading to where it needs to go, like when we do readings, okay? But I really feel that it's about your dreams and aspirations, and you have heat behind them. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I love that it's in Leo for you in that 11th house, because it gives you courage. And you know, when Mars is in Leo, it's literally about sometimes showing up in places that you don't even know how you get there. So you got balls, like literal balls, for showing up in places, for igniting your dreams in this moment in time, the future dreams. I'm also going to say it like this. You may be moving and not moving your house or anything like that, but moving in a direction and moving in a way in which people can't see it. The dream that is, the vision that is. And does that make sense? The communities and the groups of people that you're talking with in regards to building your dream, a new dream, they don't necessarily see it straight away. Does that make sense? And I need you to talk to me, honey bun. Right? Because you're trying to show them something. And again, the 11th house is Aquarius's house. So 11th house is literally like the inventive house. It's dreams and aspirations of the future. They can't see it, but you're working on it. You're working on it. You're working on moving. Does that make sense? Kind of? Okay. You're working on moving through your dreams and your dreams and your aspirations in a fearful way. In this moment in time. If you're talking to someone, people don't see it yet. That's what I wanted to make clear, right? Got that. Whoa, that makes all the sense in the world too. Because what's sitting in your 11th house, and you said kind of, I'm like, okay, well, what's happening? In your 11th house, the South Node is there. I want to ask you this. Are the dreams and aspirations that you are looking to energize, heighten, conjure up, move forward, are they old ass dreams? Are they dreams that you had when you was a baby? Now, what I mean by that is, like, maybe you had a dream of being a nurse. Mars sitting on this South Node wants to bring up dreams and aspirations of you doing something in a past life, of you doing something, or dreams that you had in your early life. Meaning, like when you was a child, I want to be a nurse. You know what I mean? Are these dreams and aspirations coming up to the surface again for you to realize that they're no longer dreams and aspirations? And when they come up, are you sharing that with anybody? When they come up, do you have to change these dreams because they're outdated? Are you not hearing the fact that you got to change these dreams? Oh, that's a little gnarly, because I feel that's a little personal. I'm going to be honest with you. Anybody, Ann, does that make sense to you? Thank y'all for donating. Thank you for your time. I just realized that a lot of people have dropped out, and I'm so grateful for y'all being here. But I really, really would love that if you can go ahead and donate on Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, all the things. Now, only because this is some good information that I believe that I'm sharing. Okay, I'm distracted because I'm in a whole nother thought now. Anne has Mars in Aquarius. Y'all see that? In her fifth house. That is Anne, right? Okay, in that fifth house. That in Aquarius is right across. That is opposite. She, like the other person I was just talking to, and you're going to have to be a little bit more vocal. You're going to have to be a little bit more boisterous. You're going to have to be out there. You're going to have to confront some things. And that could possibly be the conundrum of the sort of, kind of. Why? Because your Mars in Aquarius is opposite this Mars in Leo. Mars in Leo says, I need you to fight for these dreams and aspirations that you don't necessarily want to do anymore, but you have to pull it up in order for you to see that. Your Mars in Aquarius is like, I don't know. I don't necessarily want to do that. I mean, I'd rather just work on the things that I've been working on and move how I've been moving, because I know. Mars in Aquarius knows. I know everything. I know what I'm doing. And redefining what they are or can be. I've been trying to tack down what my dreams are. That's exactly what I'm saying, though. That's what I don't know if that came off that way, but that's exactly what I'm saying. You're trying to figure it out because Mars in Aquarius is opposite this Mars in Leo that's sitting in your dreams and aspirations house, right? And it's also pulling up some South Node old ass dreams that you may be talking to people about and they don't get it. You may be talking to yourself about and you don't get it because you're still trying to figure it out. But the thing is, Mars in Aquarius is your Mars in Aquarius is like, yo, we're gonna have to be a little bit different to figure it out. You can't move like an Aquarius when Mars is in Leo. When I say can't, I say that slightly. Why? Because we all have to kind of adapt to the energy, adapt to the energy of Mars as it's moving. So your Mars is in Aquarius, is like, I don't like confrontation. But Mars in Leo says, I need you to confront. At the very least, speak up about what you want in your dreams and aspirations. At the very least, talk about it, move in it. Go visit some places to see it, seek it. You understand? Your Mars in Aquarius can't pull you back in your fifth house of just sitting and being creative, which is a beautiful thing. But where's your creativity taking you, Anne? Where's your creativity taking you? Mars and Leo in your 11th house says, I want to take you further out, zoom past fucking off this planet and develop something different, innovative, new. No one has seen it, Anne. That's what you're working on. When Mars is in Leo for this next couple of months or whatever, you are working on repairing your nets when it comes to you realizing your dream and yourself. But you have to do it differently. You got to be active in it. Even though it's retrograde, when I mean active in the retro, is ask questions, organize, research, be out there. If you want to be an actor, go to a bunch of plays. If you want to be an architect, go walk downtown and look at buildings. That's the retro repair nets activity that I'm explaining to you, because that's a big deal. At the same time, it's across from that North Node, so you got to get it. It's purposeful that you get this time around, sweetie pie. Ooh, that just got me hot real quick. Okay, Mars. Taurus and Scorpio. Let me see. Taurus, Scorpio planets. None. Libra and Aries. Yep, there we go. Okay. So looking at your chart, you have Uranus in the that's not going to be a big deal though. But you have Uranus in the first house. When that Mars in Cancer comes through around about February 23rd, when it'll be at 17 degrees, it's not going to be a big deal. But here's the deal. Here's the big deal. The deal is that motivating and Cancer energy at that time with compassion, with understanding, with forgiveness of yourself, literally, with being a leader when it comes to now, okay, I figured out my dreams and aspirations. Now I have to nurture myself in that space of making it a reality. That Mars in Cancer wants to hit Uranus. Thank you, Spirit. That's why I keep saying it's different. And it's whatever it is that you're conjuring up. It's a man on the other side, him and his wife. Whatever it is that you're conjuring up, they've never seen it before. I know I just said that, but with that Mars in Cancer slightly aspecting that Uranus in the first house, they absolutely haven't seen it before. Because first of all, you're a weirdo. You got Uranus in the first, you come off as a weirdo. And I say that with love. You know that, Anne. So that means now it's time to ignite the weirdo in you. She can't hold back no more. She can't care about what people think about your weird ideas. And are you hearing this? That is a big freaking deal. Now, the bottom line is when Mars goes into Cancer, it's going to square that Uranus. So you're going to try to fight your uniqueness. Please don't do that in February, at the end of February. There may be even some people, where's your Mercury? There may be some people that will come to you and even validate your weirdness and be like, oh, you can't do that. And you're like, you know what? You're right. That's never been done. Them naysayers need to kick rocks. They need to kick all the rocks. And at the same time, so you're going to have a harder time when Mars goes into Cancer. I just want to say that straight away. Just looking at your chart, Anne. You're going to have a hard time when Mars goes into Cancer, because what's happening as well is that when Mars goes into Cancer, it's not only going to hit, it's going to square that Uranus of your uniqueness, trying to get you to push back on being innovative and being that inventor, right? It's also going to square your Chiron. You see that in the seventh house at 13 degrees? Goodness gracious. Ooh. I didn't know you had all these comments coming up. At 17 degrees, goodness. So that means wounds. When Mars is in Cancer, it's going to hit that Chiron of your wounds coming out in your seventh house of partnerships, seventh house of business relationships, one-on-one connections, even open enemies. Okay? So hold your hat. Because the bottom line is that you need people, you need partnerships in order to realize your dreams. Know that when these wounds come up for you, when Mars is in Cancer, these wounds are coming up for you to heal them. Because partly you need to learn, in my opinion, and what your chart is saying, how to be a better partner. Chiron is in that seventh house to teach you how to be a better partner. That Mars in Cancer is going to aggravate that. They're saying the only way that you can have, or I should say, the only way in which Jupiter can give you those rewards is if you address the type of business partner or the type of personal partner you really are. What are the wounds that are coming from you in regards to your connectedness or lack of it? And does that make sense? Oh, that makes sense a lot. Okay, you just said that. Okay, cool. I'm looking at the timestamps. I don't know. You just said a bunch of stuff. I don't see any questions, so I'm going to keep it moving because you only have a couple more minutes. Here we go. I love that for you, though. That's a good lesson. That's a really, 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 really good lesson. So again, with Mars going in that 11th house, we know about that. But again, when it backs up into Cancer, though, baby, it's about you looking at how, say it clear, please, to reassess how you are presenting your ambitions, your movements to the world, how you want to look. Now. I know I've been talking about being independent, yeah, and unique and in inventing things, but you do have a say-so how you're going to be perceived in this. Understand that. It's not just you inventing something and putting it out on in the world and having it stick wherever it lands. When Mars backs up in Cancer in that 10th house, it's saying get aggressive, be particular, be assertive on how it looks to the public, how it looks on the outside, how it looks when it comes to your career, how it's going to build and fortify your years from here on out, and what it is that you do as a profession. You dig what I'm saying? How does it look to the people? That's a big deal for you. Even though it's weird, you can make it colorful and weird. You can make it appealing and pleasing. Does that make sense? And in that way, because it's in Cancer and it goes direct on the 23rd of February, you're going to get it. You're going to feel it. Like, I know what to do. I know who I am, and move forward in that thing. Move forward in the fact that I feel safe, emotionally safe to present this new idea to the world. And I hope this is helping. That's a lot of information I felt good about. Right, Maya? It feels like a revolutionary moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And you have a question? Thank you all for sticking on in here. 21 people. It kind of came up. I love the likes. I appreciate that. And said, I've been working internally on how I present. Are there particular folks, water signs, that I need to get feedback from? How to present. I'm trying to decipher the question. I've been working intentionally on how I present, meaning like how you show up, 10th house stuff that I was just talking about. Are there particular folks, water signs, that I need to get feedback from? 10th house. Let me see something real quick. No, your 10th house is Gemini. Mm-mm. 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 Need Gemini help. You need Cancer help or Gemini help? Yeah, Cancer help or Gemini help? I'm going to suggest Gemini help, since you are a Leo. Why? Because Gemini is on your MC. Gemini is on your midheaven. So your 10th house energy is Gemini energy. She's going to teach you how to present. Understand that. I don't want to go further into explanation because the time is up. But to answer your question, a Gemini, because and especially because they have the verbal prowess, they have the intellectual prowess, the gift to gab. You understand what I'm saying? They can get you. Your moon is in Gemini. Ah, awesome. So either your moon, I could look at it, but I didn't. Anyway, either you Gemini energy, your mama, or some of the women in your family, or in the women that you trust in your circle. Gemini energy, your mama being the moon, or thirdly, some of the women that you trust. Hope that makes sense. All right, baby. Here we go. Next person. I'm not that tired yet, y'all. Is Bree in here? And did that help you? Was that worth it? I hope so. Bree, are you here? Bree was born on July 10th, 1990. Are you in here, baby Bubba? Ay. Why? Okay. Oh, good, Ann. I'm grateful for that. I love you, mamas. Okay, waiting for Bree, who was born July 10th. Are you in here? Yep, there she goes. She said, yep, I'm here. Okay, cool. I missed that. All right, Bree, let's get it going. Let's get it going. So, if you can see the little phallic symbol at the bottom left-hand corner of this chart, that Mars at 6 degrees Leo, remember, that's our reference point. Look at, she got kind of the same thing as Ann. That joint is sitting right on top of that South Node. The South Node is that upside down horseshoe. Excuse me for burping. Excuse me. So for you, it's the same situation, but bust this. When Mars goes retrograde in Leo on the 6th in 2 days, it's going to ignite some past life situations in regards to your siblings, Bree, in regards to local environment. This is all third house stuff. Or in regards to you needing to be a better communicator. But because Mars is on that thing, you're going to have to be almost active about that. Let me explain. Let me explain, Lucy. That South Node in the third house, you came into this world knowing how to be a communicating, but not necessarily knowing how to get what you want. I hope that makes sense. You have the prowess, the gift to gab. You understand what that's all about. However, you haven't been able to utilize that energy on the platform of this life yet. Mars says, I want to ignite that. I want to ignite the South Node to release any and all old concerns that you had about communicating and give you energy to communicate in the way in which that's beneficial for you in this moment in time. It makes you a better communicator, a better leader. Bree, does this make sense to you? For sure, 100%. All right, thank you. It's almost like I asked you when you was typing at the same time, right? I like that for you though, because it's almost, and I almost feel like you could be a writer. As I say that, I look at any astrology students here, look at that Mercury sitting in that third house in her natal chart. I was like, you could be a writer. Mercury in the third house, of course you're a writer. There you go. Of course you're a writer. So that means that Mars symbol is going to go backwards. You should be doing more, and you will, baby. This is the point I'm trying to make. Mars is going to go this way, which means it's going to go closer to the orange, okay? To the orange blocks on the chart right now. It's going to, let me say this a little bit better. It's going to go counterclockwise. Mars is going to go backwards counterclockwise. So it's going to start in the third house and it's going to end up in the second house. And then it's going to, it's going to start in the third house because that's 22 degrees. No, it's not dipping in that second house. Okay, it's going to stay in the third house because it goes back to, it's going to stay in the third house. But this is a beautiful thing because that means it's literally concentrating on your writing. It's concentrating on your writing. So Mars is going counterclockwise. It's going to hit Mercury in that third house, and then it's going to go direct again and force you to write. They need you to write. And what I hear is that you need to write about home. You need to write about family. You need to write about familial connections and or ancestry or genealogy. It has something to do with foundation. Ooh, Brianna, I hope this makes sense to you because this is coming through really, really clear. They said that you're the records keeper. You're the records keeper, not just for the family, but for everything. Like you have the pictures, you have the diplomas, you have all the certificates, you have all the paperwork, you have all the things. Like you are the record keeper. They need for you to improve on that job because you're going to need to either come out with a scribe, like a manuscript, a book or something like that, or this information that you discover in this period will be utilized later. That's for sure. That's a big deal. Coming up over your Mercury, chick, they reworking your mind. They reworking your thoughts. Oh, Sonja, what am I doing? Okay. They're reworking all the intellect. So you can see yourself and your perspective and how you write, how you're creative, how you process information a whole lot differently. They're literally cleaning out your brain, the things in your ears. I just saw Q-tips going in your ears. They're like cleaning your ears with the Q-tips is what I just heard. Like for sure. All right. Taurus and Scorpio. Ooh, look at, oh no. Taurus and yes. Like someone else, you also have okay, there we go. You also have your Mars. Oh, yeah. Your Mars, when it go, okay, that's going to be May. Thank you. February, March, April. Around April, March, the end of March and April, Mars in the sky will be in Leo. It's going to square up on your Pluto, baby, in your 6th house. So around April, March to April, watch out for movements when it comes to your daily activity. When it comes to your job, your workplace, there can be some eruptions happening because Mars will square Pluto in your sixth house. Also, this is a little bit more important in my opinion. Watch out for your health around that time. Please, all the things that I talked about, muscular situations when it comes to Mars, all the things I talked about, vascular situations, high blood pressure, anything like that. What else did I talk about? Muscles, veins, arteries, uh, yeah, that's all I can think of right now. Pay attention to that in your body, please, because the sixth house is about health. So if Mars is squaring Pluto in your house of health, there's an eruption. If there's any surgeries, or I don't give a if it's reconstructive surgery, I don't know what you do, Brianna. I'm not in your life, and I'm not here to judge you. But please do not schedule it in April, in March, April, and May. Please do not. Don't do it. Because we don't want your health to be affected. I'm just saying it can be a destructive situation. Okay, remember that. Please remember that. Taurus. Oh, I like that though. So when Mars goes into Cancer, I'm gonna go back and forth because I'm picking up different aspects as I just look at your chart. When Mars goes into Cancer, though, after February 20, no, after January 7th, yeah, be really careful. Okay, it's gonna square your Mars. Anger, 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 anger. January 7th. Let me make sure. When Mars goes into Sonja, where is the thing at? Oop, dead air. When Mars goes into Cancer, why can't I see it? January. Goodness gracious, Sonja. Around January 7th, right? Be careful because it's going to square your Mars in Aries in the 12th house, and nobody will know it. There'll be some internal propulsion, anger, frustration, a buildup. The best thing that you can do in the first 2 weeks of January for sure is to work out. You got to put that anger somewhere. Mars squaring your Mars is an accident waiting to happen. Mars squaring your Mars is anger, like I said, and frustration built up inside you, in your psyche, attacking you. Literally, because it's in your 12th house, you can have nightmares. You can wake up from really disturbing dreams. Okay, because your dream time, your subconscious will be active against what's happening. It's a square, right? It proposes challenges. You understand? So your subconscious is going whack. You understand? Your inside. So the bottom line is like you have to find a place to put that energy. What I hear is constant meditation, Brianna. But what I also hear is staying away from what sign are you? Oh, you're a Cancer. That's right. Stay. You can do this easily. Staying away from people who are talking way too much shit and who are provoking. There are people who like to instigate, y'all, just cause that's just who they are. You understand? For you, Brianna, being a Cancer, you got to rock when Mars is in Cancer, and know who you are and know how you move. Okay, but around this time that I'm talking about, that Mars wants to square distractions or any people provoking you. Be very, very clear about who's around you. They got to be peaceful. They got to be water signs. They don't need to provoke you because you will go crazy. And the thing about it is not go crazy, like, forgive the expression, like in your mind mentally, but you'll go crazy within yourself, having all this energy, this cantankerous energy within, and not know what to do with it. Brianna, okay, she understands. I was going to explain and explain and explain, but we don't need to do that. Oh, sweat. I forgot to put the timer on. Ain't that something? How about this? I think we're halfway through. We got like about 7 more minutes. If you can test it, Brianna, let me know if you feel that that's a little bit off. I'm fair. So here we go. Aries. What did I say? Aries and Libra. Aries. Okay, but I just got thrown off. Y'all are in my brain. Like I'm talking to y'all like y'all in my brain. You got some Capricorn placements, and I like that. I like that when Mars is in Cancer. It's gonna be a little gnarly when Mars is in Leo. Okay, when Mars is in Leo, your Capricorn Saturn and your Neptune in Capricorn, your Uranus in Capricorn. Ooh, girl, they're gonna get a little agitated. And how that looks is Leo and Capricorn quincunx, right? So when Mars is in Leo, it'll be hard for you to be disciplined. When Mars is in Leo, like right now, it's hard for I don't want to do it. It's a brattish kind of reaction that you're having right now to stay in regimented in some things that you know that's going to prove well for you. Brianna, does that make sense? You're having a really, really hard time following tradition, following the order, following the things to do for your spiritual sake. Yep, I'm in school and I have one more semester. Yeah, but you need to take breaks. You need to take breaks. I know you in school, but you need to take breaks. There's something that's shown. I'm sure a few of you have seen it. I don't know where it originated from, but in order to manage your time, in order to get things, to do things in a way in which is productive, they say work for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break. Work for another 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break. Anybody else hear that? That I think Spirit dropped that in my mind for you because that will work best for you. You do need to take breaks. Remember, you got that your Mars in that 12th house, honey. You're a very internal mover, internal initiator. So all your emotions you feel on the inside. You need to take the breaks, even though you got lots to do. Because your Saturn and your Neptune, being in Capricorn, especially Saturn and Neptune, is asking you to work towards the mountain, to go for the ambitions that you're receiving. When Mars is in Cancer, for sure, to work opposite, right? To work towards your goal. However, the only way you can do that again is to be clear on what it is that you need in order to make that happen. And everybody else, they need to kick rocks because this is bringing you what? 8th house shit, other people's money, inheritance, royalties, all of that. But it can get you going through this part of school is helping you to make residual income. Is it real estate? Is it something that you can literally do on the side? Because this thing is going to spark that 8th house as long as you stay disciplined of making money in a whole nother way. You got to be disciplined with it though. Brianna, this makes sense? Ooh, girl. What I love most about your chart in particular, right? Jupiter is sitting in that first house. So when Mars is in Leo, Jupiter transiting in your first house. No. Let me see what is hitting her. Let me go back. That's what we're talking about. Yes. Okay. To be truthful with you, I don't remember all the things that Spirit just funneled through me. But I do know because Jupiter is transiting your first house right now. Y'all can see it to the left of the chart, that blue little symbol that looks almost like a fork, right? Almost, not really. But it's to the left in that first house. Bust this. Mars, when it's in Leo, it's gonna hit that Jupiter, cuz. It's going to hit that Jupiter. So everything that I just said, good, bad, and indifferent, is working not only for your highest good, it's pulling in attracting. Jupiter transiting your first house is attracting the blessings, is attracting the opportunities, is attracting the abundance. What spirit is saying for you, that I just heard, it was you to mind your business. Because you were Cancer, you can't get all this energy on you, this emotional energy on you, because they will block your motherfucking blessings. Literally block your blessings. It's about staying clear, in the cut, doing what you need to do for you when Mars is in Leo and when Mars is in Cancer. So Jupiter can usher in, because it's in Gemini right now, it wants to usher in multiple blessings for you. Brianna, do you get that? Ooh, girl. You said you're a history teacher? I don't know what reference I was using before. History. That's land. History is history. Cancer energy loves history. Fourth house is Cancer energy. You understand? It's about to move in your fourth house. I'm just going to say that just like that. I don't know why that came through like that, but anyway. Okay, Brianna. You have any questions? Oh, yes. Thank you. So they said it's about you moving on history in a different way. Brianna, have you thought about um, having backyard classes? Eyebrow, explanation. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking Black Panther style right now. Eyebrow, exclamation. History for our people, something you can move on, new and improved things to share. History for our people. Does that make sense? I'm just saying it's something that I just got hit with, and I don't necessarily want to divulge it publicly. But they're saying you about to do something different with history, with family, with understanding, moving through that, bringing up the old shit because it's in your south node, from your south node. Ooh, Brianna, I hope this makes sense. Yes, 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 yes. All right. I feel like I'm talking in code, but if it doesn't make sense, stop me. We're going to the fourth person because we got two more to go. This is the longest live I've ever done, 2 hours and 35 minutes. I appreciate y'all being here. And if this information hits you in a way that is helpful, please donate. Please give me $1, $2. You know, help me buy a little gummy. No, I'm just joking. $5 gummy. Whatever you can share. Excuse me. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. If you don't have any money, share the video. Like, share the information. Share, y'all. This is how we grow. I really, really, really would appreciate that. All right. Brianna, is that good for you? The timer went off. I hope that makes sense. I hope that was enough information. We're going to go to the next person, which is Mary. Mary. Two more people, y'all. This is going by swift. Any questions? That could be the money coming in February, just Brianna. Oh, you know ZP? Brianna, you know ZP? It's perfect. Oh, good. Oh, I don't take that lightly. Thank you. All right. All right. Mary's up next. Where you at, Mary? Mary, quite contrary. Oh, there's nothing in there, Sonja. Hold on. You said I do now. You here? Okay, here we go. You know her now, huh? All right, this is my girl, Mary. How them hats doing? Mary, she is an awesome designer and craftswoman. She makes these beautiful, beautiful fedora hats and places symbols, products, information. I know I'm saying this all wrong, Mary, but she puts things, inserts things in your fedoras, in your hat that represents your personality. Y'all know y'all want Mary to make one for you if you a hat person. I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there. It's doing well? Oh, good. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, let's see what's happening with your chart real quick as I start the timer. Mary, if you want people to order, set up, put up your information. I'm sure they would appreciate that. All right, the timer is on, y'all. Let's get going. Let's see what my girl got going on. Where's Mars? Oh, Mars is on the top part. Oh, Lord have mercy. I know y'all was like, what the hell? Hold on, hold on. Oh, Lord, stop doing that. Okay, just gonna leave it like that. Mary, you see that? Oh, you having an interesting time right now because Mars at 6 degrees Leo. That's our reference, right, everybody? It's in her 12th house. So right now, activity has slowed down for you, my sweet Mary Jefferson. Activity has slowed down for you because when the transiting Mars dips into the 12th house, remember, the 12th house is the subconscious house. This 12th house is the house of dreams. The 12th house is the house of self undoing, that place in which you don't mind picking yourself apart and getting better. So Mars dipping into that 12th house is right on par for you to go inside and pull yourself apart in a way in which can make you better and move a little bit more swifter and more efficient. I heard more specifically. Here's the thing about that though. Sagittarius don't like to pick themselves apart. You knew I was about to say that, Mary. Y'all don't like to do that thing. And y'all know that. And I'm sure you heard me say this before because Capricorn, because Sagittarius always wants to get to happy. And when you start picking yourself apart in your 12th house and seeing what you did wrong, what you did right, how you could have been a better mother, how you could have been a better businesswoman, how you could have da-da-da-da-da, Sag is like, I don't want to hear all of that shit. Why are y'all blaming me? Ain't nobody blaming you, baby. We're just saying that your walk could have been a little bit different and possibly maybe you can alter that walk from here on out. So sit with it. Mary, you're going to have to sit with it, especially because it's not going nowhere. That Mars in Leo, literally, well, let me tell you, it's starting right now at the top of the 12th house, right? It's going to back up into the 11th house and then go back through the 12th house. So you're going to have a lot of experience learning yourself, truly and truly. Actually, on June 18th, when Mars goes into Virgo, is the time that it pops into your first house. You see that, right? Because that whole yellow block to the left of your chart is all Leo. So as long as it's in Leo, it's going to be in the 12th house, baby. When it dips into Virgo on June 18th, it's on and motherfucking popping. You dig what I'm saying? That means when it dips into the first house, Mary, now Mars action is in your face. It's in your first house. Now it's saying this is what we can do. So the bottom line is hold your breath. Do the things you need to do. Look at who you are, not necessarily from a place of why is everybody trying to blame me? Sagittarius kind of thing. I needed to get back to happy. Nah, you need to sit with it. Because when it pops in your first house, now you got to do something with it. Why? Because when Mars pops in your first house and it hits Jupiter that's in your first house, here comes the rewards, baby. Here comes the opportunities. Here comes the money. You understand? Here comes the expansion. So you got to sit with yourself until June, Mary. You get that, right? How important that is. While you sitting with yourself, though, let's talk about what could be going down. Oh, shit. Lord have mercy. Look at that fourth house. That fourth house on the bottom of the chart. Leo is a square to all things Scorpio. She has Neptune in Scorpio and she has Venus in Scorpio. So while she's contemplating herself in that 12th house situation, self-undoing, getting some information from your dream time, because they talk to you in your dream time. And because it's a square, it could be nightmares as well. It's squaring off Neptune, your dream, fucking planet. So you absolutely can be popping off with some nightmares while Mars is in Leo. Goodness gracious. But also, I will say this: if your sleep is bothered, if you're having nightmares, and when I say nightmares, I'm not saying Freddie is coming to get you, right? Or Jason ain't coming to get you. But the bottom line is there's a lot of disturbance in your dream time. So I would say work out so you can get yourself tired to go in a deep sleep when you go to sleep. Because again, your dream time is going to be incredibly active as it squares Neptune, the dream planet. You get that? And also, because Neptune is in the fourth house, some disturbances around your family and or your foundation could be happening. Possibly, maybe, while Mars is in Leo, some veils will be lifted off of your family. Ooh, Mary. That Sag don't want to see that. Sag is like, God damn it, can we just have a good time? Yeah, we're gonna have a good time, y'all. We're gonna have a good time in the midst of us figuring this shit out because we got to get better. And we got to put the pedal to the metal. That's what this Mars reading is all about. How do we put the pedal to the metal when it's time? When it's time. You get that, Mary? So when Mars is in Leo, it's not time. However, when Mars backs up into Cancer, let's talk about that for a minute, because it will be in Cancer around about January 6th, 7th, 8th, right? And it'll stay there in Cancer until February 23rd. When it's in Cancer, Mars is activating your dreams and your aspirations. How apropos is this? It's activating your dreams and aspirations in that 11th house, revisiting, because it's in retrograde. It'll be revisiting what it is you want your dreams and aspirations to be. It'll be thank you, Spirit. You have to go back and cross the T's and dot the I's. Possibly, maybe you're creating these hats, and this is just me knowing you and your dreams of creating this hat, using it as an example. It can be something else, but let me take the example. You creating these hats, you got so busy, now you're doing 5, 6, 7 a day. But when it goes retro, Mars does, in that 11th house, it's asking you to reassess your dreams. When I make these hats, should I put them in a nice little box hat, make them red? Should I get this logo? Readdress the details when it comes to how you present your dreams and your aspirations to the community. 11th house, as it's going retro. And then once it goes direct on the 23rd of February, you'll have it clear. You'll know how to be a leader when it comes to your dreams and aspirations. And then it's going to dip into your 12th house, having you to unpack some things again. Square up your Neptune, allowing these dreams to come through, allowing this information, Mary, to come through. And through your dream time, your ancestors are going to be on fire during that time too, right? And then on June 18th, it's time to go to work. Also, though, during the time of Mars being in Leo, it will square up your Venus. So possibly, maybe money will slow down just a tad, just a tad. And or Spirit just showed me, there's an alteration happening in your home. Possibly, maybe you're making parts of your home a studio, or like the home is becoming a foundation, and or your house is becoming a foundation and or a hub for you doing different things, major things, moving in all these different ways. It's almost like you got boxes and boxes and boxes. But then when that shit hits Jupiter, all them boxes are going out. They selling. Ooh, Mary, am I making sense? It's about to come for you, baby, in the best way possible. But they said, this is what I heard loud and clear. Don't miss steps. You, in particular, have the propensity to miss steps because you move fast and you want things to get done. Where's your Mars? Hold on. Let me see what the fuck I'm looking at. Yeah, your Mars is in Aquarius. You not only move fast, you move in a way in which, like I said earlier, I just forgot that quick. You move in a way in which you think you know. Mars in Aquarius is a little arrogant. I'm just saying. It's a little bit arrogant. So you may think, oh, Sonja, I know what I'm doing. I don't have to revisit. I don't have to peel the onion. I don't have to do some self-evaluation. I know what I'm doing. I'm in this space. I've done it already. I sold 17 hats. All right. But you can sell 17,000 if you go back over how you present your dreams and aspirations. If you undo yourself, if you look at the things that you've been dodging the last couple of months and improving from the inside out. Mary, does that make sense to you? Ooh, girl. Oh, I'm glad it's not backing up all the way. I don't want it to hit that thing. Ooh. And you got to know this to end this read real quick. Your North Node is in Aries at 28 degrees. You do see that, right? Let me go down a little bit. So while it's right here at the top, it's the very top of the chart, top right. So while Mars absolutely is in Leo, okay, when it's in Cancer, it'll be a little hairy, but it's not gonna go all the way back. So you'll be all right. Let me take that away. You'll be okay when it's in Cancer, when Mars is in Cancer. But when Mars is in Leo, when it's in that 12th house of you self-undoing and checking who you are out, it's hitting your North Node, chick. It's purposeful. It's divine. It's necessary. It's getting you on track. Now, listen, to add on to this, most of us are mature, meaning above 45, 40, 45. We are in a leg of our lives. And Mary, I'm including you in on this. And we are at a leg of our lives in which we got to get this shit right. I'm just saying, do y'all feel that urgency? This is kind of like the last chapter, in a sense. I'm not saying I'm dying tomorrow, but I'm 54. I could literally die tomorrow. You know what I mean? I've lived a life, or I have 30 more to go. But this is a nice little moment for us to do the things that we are destined, that we have come on the planet, that we have been wasting time, that we've been distracted, that we've been literally talking ourselves out of. Another reason why I've done this special is because we need to move. Move up off your own ass, please and very please. We don't have time to waste because the world is moving and they doing the things they want to do. Trust and believe that. You scared? Why are you scared? You either know God or you don't know God. You either love God or you don't love God. Does this make sense? Mary, that's you. You either believe in yourself or you don't believe in yourself. I don't know why I just got all hype real quick. Oh, I'm looking for something else to talk about real quick, but that North Node is a clincher, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Actually, you good. We're gonna leave it right there. Oh no, I like that. I like that you have Mercury and you have a natal Mercury in Sagittarius again, because when Mars is in Leo, it's gonna spark your brain. Thank you. The reason why I'm saying thank you is because your physical movements will be tethered, so to speak, tethered to your dreams, meaning that you got to do things differently. You just don't know how to do them differently until you unpack your damn self. You get that? That's when you'll figure out how to move differently. Okay. And when it drops into your first house, you'll figure it out. But before then is what I was getting to, is that Mars in Leo hits your brain. Your Mercury Sag, your Sag and Mercury. So you can figure out what you need to do differently. Aside from the emotional unraveling, keep your brain in the game. Start to be a little detached and not fault yourself so much. You understand what I'm saying? Peel outside your body, so to speak, Mary, and look at young Mary, or look at Mary from a different position and say, girl, we got to do this differently this time. Think about it, plan on it, call the people. Mercury says, get the help. Ask for folks. Ooh, I'm just going to be in your ass real quick in this, Mary, because I don't remember a lot of readings. I don't. You and I have had several readings together, and thank you. But I do remember this. I do remember Spirit telling you got to reach out to folks. You got to build the team. Have you done that? And the team could be 2 people. The team could be 3 people. The team could be you and your daughter. But you need somebody that's standing beside you to assist you. That's the delegation. Your Mercury wants you to set up a plan so you can get some help, because your home is about to become the hub. You need assistance. Mary, does that make sense? I'm done with this. Any questions, boo-boo? Please ask the questions. Please ask at least one. Hi, Rhoda. How you doing? We are almost at the tail end. You look like a new person of our live Mars live special that we do over here every now and again. Doing free readings, right? Not free. We're doing readings right now. Royal. Oh, I'm going in, huh? You working it out, and I need the help. Ask. Ask. I'm about to beat you up right now, homegirl from the Bronx. Ask. Mary. I'm so sorry, Rhoda. These readings were prepaid and prearranged. You're gonna have to catch us on the next go round. I'm gonna do my best to come up with these live readings at least every quarter. Okay? Yeah, these were pre-scheduled already. But thank you for being here. Maybe you can pick up some information. Otherwise, okay? Mary, I'm getting there. I can see your face. Stop beating me up, Sonja. Stop beating me up. Listen, I do personal readings. You can go to my website or go to the description box below and schedule yourself one. I am like this during our personal readings, believe me. And oftentimes I go over because I don't like to punch a clock when it, like I'm doing now. Wasn't that fucking timely? I don't like punching a clock when it comes to individual readings, that's for sure. Because spirit just keeps talking. And I like to be diligent in doing what I do. You dig what I'm saying? Getting it all out. So you can schedule a reading on my website, Wordlife Astrology, Sonja, wordlifeastrology.com, wordlifeastrology.com. Or the information is in the description box below. If any of this information hits you, please donate to my cause, to my life, to reciprocate the energy on Venmo or Cash App or PayPal. The information is in the description box below. Okay. Thank you, Rhoda, and I'm so happy that you're here. Our last reading is anonymous number 2. Don't know who you are, but it's all right. We don't need to know. Mary, you have any questions? Anybody have any questions? I need y'all to get in here right now. It's 18 of y'all rolling. You know, it's been almost 3 hours. Goodness gracious. All right, last read. Anonymous number 2. This person is a Pisces. She was born, or he was born, on March 2nd, 1972. So if that's you, come on up, clean your ears out, and see what we got for you real quick. March 2nd, 1972. Wow, a lot of y'all have this Mars on the South Node situation. Anybody in the village or any of my astrology students see that again? The third person, Mars in Leo, 6 degrees Leo, bottom right-hand corner of the chart, y'all. You see the phallic symbol, the circle with the little arrow going up? That is sitting right on top of her or his North Node as well in the 5th house. This is interesting. This is so interesting. Again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but first and foremost, Mars is propelling you to undo again South Node information, past life information, and or the things that you have come into this life knowing how to do naturally. Mars is sitting on that thing asking you, literally, to move it out the way. You can't lean on that any longer. Right? I'm becoming aggressive with these past life memories and things that you're holding on to that literally don't work. Why? Because I'm propelling you forward to the North Node. South Node is opposite the North Node. So Mars is sitting on the South Node asking you to get up off of that thing. It's asking you to get up off of whatever it is you are comfortable at. This person, anonymous number 2, born on March 10th, I believe, is comfortable with her children, is comfortable with the level of creativity that he or she has right now, is comfortable with love, the lack of it, or too much of it, is comfortable in some kind of way with the lack of fun that you may be having. Well, Mars is sitting on there, propelling that thing to open up like Pandora's box. You deserve something. What I hear is that you deserve another lifestyle. You deserve a different lifestyle when it comes to having fun. Like literally, they want to take. I feel like this person is a woman because there's a female face in front of me. I could be totally wrong, y'all. I'm okay being wrong. But the person that I see, right? This is how I do my readings, by the way. I'm always combining with what spirit shows me, what the person's ancestors are showing me, with the modality of astrology. And we take both information and come up with what needs to happen in this moment in time, or what the read or the message is. So what I see is this person, but what I also see is this person bored as fuck, bored, buried underneath. This can be poetic. Dust, boxes, situations, people, things. Like it's just piling up on you in a sense. And that could be the South Node, right? That can be the information that you're used to having, or that the comfort zone that you're used to being in. Maybe you're a hoarder. I don't know. But that Mars is pushing that South Node to say, get up off it. We got dreams to live. We got things to do. You bugging. That's what that Mars in that fifth house on that South Node is also saying. So yours is going to go through the fifth house and a little bit in the fourth house as well. Yeah, it's all about waking you up, baby. They keep saying that. It's all about waking you up and being new. And what I mean by that, like I keep seeing you having fun. You be like, I saw you have like, this is not disrespectful. This is how spirit talks to me. I saw you like in ragged clothes, meaning like could possibly be don't have too much money, and or you don't dress that well. And that's not judgment. It's not meant to be judgment. It's meant to be judged by you. Like you think you don't dress that well. But then all of a sudden, this Mars on this South Node is literally changing your appearance, changing your creative style, changing how you see colors. You dig? So you're going to start dressing differently. You're going to start emoting differently. You're going to start creating and putting things together differently this March 10th person. Okay. At the same time, though, ooh, the Mars in the sky, when it's in Leo, is going to square your Leo, your Mars in Taurus in the second house. Now, this is when it gets a little personal, because the second house is about money. It's about earned income. It's about value, worth, possessions. Okay? Look at that. All them people dropped out. I'm so glad that y'all are here still, those 6 people. I love y'all for it. I love doing these readings too, by the way. So, what was I saying? That Mars is going to affect your Mars. Your Mars is in Taurus. This is that March 10th anonymous person, last reading. Mars, your Mars is in Taurus. It's going to square Mars in Leo. So that means your earning power can slow down. That means there can be confrontations around you earning money, or people, or an opportunity to earn money, right? Maybe somebody's promised you a contract. This is for the March 10th person, to earn some money. And then all of a sudden, when Mars goes retrograde 2 days from now, they're going to pull out. Oh, actually, we changed our mind on that thing. It could leave you really, really angry because it's squaring you. Here's the deal, though. Don't get angry. You have to find a way to understand why that went off, why that happened, why that job and or that money-making opportunity was not for you. Remember what they say, all money ain't good money. You understand? So something was a little cantankerous about that. I'm going to say maybe it's money that was owed to you because you put in a lot of time, not necessarily for that person or that client, right? But maybe you put in a lot of time. Kim, you still here? Oh, Kimberly, I love my Virgo friend. Thank you, babies. Maybe you put in a lot of time earning money in a particular way, right? Tried and true. You guys, Mars and Taurus. But all of a sudden, this Mars comes and squares that. And it's saying, right, I don't know, somebody with a new creative idea is coming to take your money. It's going to take your job. It's going to take your opportunity. It's going to take your earning power. Now, that's definitely purposeful, because what is spirit doing during this time of this Mars in and out action for the next 6 months is reworking not only how you create, but is also reworking how you live your life, how you live your home. Thank you. No, not how you live your home, what your foundations are, what you stand on. Ain't that it? That's it. I just heard that loud and clear. So possibly your money opportunities being shut down because you standing on shaky ground. First of all, I'm a poet and I don't even know it when I'm rhyming. You standing on shaky ground. Do you get that, anonymous number two, born March 10th? Meaning that the things that you was making money by before, I mean, really, was they even solid? Did they mean anything to you? Did it? It could have been, but your priorities are changing now. Your purpose is changing now. Your movements are changing now. So the Pisces in you can't be sensitive about leaving certain things or possibly certain things undone. Half a project, because you got to build something different, build something else. Ooh, I don't know if I'm hitting it, but it feels good. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, it's also going to hit when Mars is in Cancer. Nope, that's a lie. But this ain't. When Mars is in Cancer, it's going to get close to your Chiron in the first house. 17, yeah. So around about February, if you are around about February, do yourself a favor and move with the love and the patience that you need to have with your family, with your children, with your creative projects. Why? What? It will erupt some Chiron shit in your first house. Your wounds will splay out to everybody and they will see you and you will look crazy. You will look crazy. I'm going to say that again. When Mars is in Cancer, okay, in February, it literally is asking you, whether it's retro or direct, it's asking you to go back to your compassionate self of recognizing different things that you need to do creatively, having fun, building a foundation, or something with your family. Something you need to do for your family. These doings, these actions, these movements will erupt Chiron in your first house. The first house, everybody sees. Chiron is wounds that you had as a child that you possibly maybe have not healed from. Everybody will see it like a mustard stain on your white t-shirt. So the best thing for you to do, Pisces, is not go into victim mode. I didn't know. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Listen, I'm not mocking you to make fun of you. Everybody got this shit. And Pisces shit, when they feel threatened, and especially when Chiron's information, when you show your ass to everybody, you show all your wounds and your pain to everybody in that first house. It wasn't me. I didn't mean to. Did I offend you? Listen, it's not about you offending other people. Pisces, wipe that away. It's about you. Thank you, Spirit. It's about you understanding what it is that you put out in the world, those wounds that you voluntarily or involuntarily splash on people. Understand that so you can get your way. Chiron is in your first house natally. So that's what you do naturally. When Mars is hitting that Chiron, you're going to do it with vigor, with anger, with motion, with propulsion. You understand that? When that Mars hits that Chiron, you're going to say, I need to put these wounds out there so somebody can feel sorry for me and help me and rescue me. I'm not talking shit. I'm reading your chart. So your position when Mars is in Cancer, as it squares that Chiron, is for you to be as open and meditative as possible, because you have to see yourself You have to see the accountability of your own wounds staying on your shoulder by your own efforts. You keep your wounds there. When Mars is hitting that, it's going to show you that. It's going to make you responsible for that. And it may not look pretty, baby. But I will say this, you'll be better for it afterwards. Trust and believe that. I hope that makes sense. Because that's a gnarly one right there. That's a gnarly one right there. Ooh, baby. And when Mars goes in, no, it's not going to go. Oh, yes. At the same time, okay, when Mars hits that Chiron, it's also going to hit your moon. Your moon is 11 degrees 11 degrees Libra. Even though it'll be a little far from that Mars, I want you to pay attention, because around about February is when this shit comes up. When Chiron is showing her ass in your first house, showing everybody and their grandma your wounds and your pain without your permission. At the same time, it's opposite, which was actually going to square your moon as well. Your emotions are gonna be crazy, baby. You're not necessarily gonna want to express yourself. And when you do express yourself, you can express yourself to your partner because it's in your seventh house. I pray that you don't blame them, though. Pisces is shit. Everybody got them. Is victimhood. They literally do not want to be like, kind of like Virgos, but in a different way. They don't want to be the source of anything wrong. Virgos don't want to be the source of anything wrong because they're too goddamn perfect in their mind, or we at least want to achieve perfection. Pisces don't want to do anything wrong because they don't want to hurt anybody, because they don't want to hurt people's feelings. And that's a noble reason. But at the same time, your passive aggression, your victimhood hurts people too. Hurts people too. And you're going to have to end with the moon being in the seventh house. Your expressions to your partner, Mars squaring your moon in the seventh house, may be a little tricky. You may have to apologize. You may want them to consider you as a victim. And then when they don't, you want to go hardcore and put your wounds on them, blame them. Please don't do that. Charge them for not being a good partner. Please don't do that. Because what's being called for is for you to move differently so you can see yourself and be responsible for your own wounds. My name is Sonja Marie, y'all. I don't have really too much time to play around, nor pussyfoot around information that comes through me. I don't in my readings, and I won't start doing it ever. Just won't. Yeah. Okay. How much time we got left? Oh, 20 seconds. Let me pick something else real quick. I hope this helps you, Anonymous. Number 2, born March 10th. This is what I will say. If you can really pay all the attention to your emotional maturity, if you can pay all the attention to you not only unpacking yourself, but you saying, I got to get up off of my comfort zone. I got to get up off of my ass. I got to work hard at seeing Chiron in me, my wounds within myself, see the reflection. If you can stay focused on that, literally for the next 6 months and all the things that I just said, and possibly get a reading from me so we can go deeper into it. If you can stay focused on that, when Mars goes into Virgo, chick or dude, whoever you are, because you're anonymous. When Mars goes into Virgo, Sonja, where is it? I just saw it. Where's Jupiter? Thank you. When Mars goes into Virgo, check this out. It's going to trine your Jupiter in the 10th house. So that means Mars is going to give loving, harmonious energy when it goes into Virgo, when it's time to work, when it's time to wipe the tears, go through all the things that you went through. And when it goes into Virgo, it's like, okay, wipe the tears now. We got the orders. We know what we're going to do. We got the marching orders. We got the plan. We know what's happening. That Mars is going to hit your Jupiter in the 10th house to bring you rewards in your career, to bring you rewards on the world stage, to bring you opportunities in your career so people can clap and remember your name. This hard work ain't gonna be for nothing. This hard emotional work ain't gonna be for nothing. And sweet Pisces, I'm gonna end it with this. I know you've been going through a lot. Trust and believe. Saturn has been in Pisces. They've been ripping you. Been ripping you. A lot has been going on for Pisces energy. I have a best friend who's a Pisces. My son is a Pisces. I know too many Pisces people, and I get it. And I know you're tired and you're exhausted, but you are becoming literally the queen or the king of your own castle. And as corny as that may sound, it's really, really true, because I feel like y'all are growing, not only from the inside out, but you have another level of respect and appreciation for your talents, your gifts, your psychic ability, your connections, your intuitiveness, your intuition, your ability to assist people at a drop of a dime based on what it is you know, not what people tell you, and not by you being a victim, and not by you being passive aggressive, but by you being that 12th sign, being closest to spirit. Yes, Pisces are closest to spirit because you're closest to that veil. You're very, very connected. It has been building up Pisces people to believe in that, as opposed to feeling like you're in a very foreign world. This world is meant for you too. But now in this new age and this new consciousness is asking you to do what? Bring your psychic abilities, your intuitive spiritual abilities to the table, to the game. Stop playing back like nobody appreciates it any longer. We need you, Pisces people, okay? So you're working hard for a good reason, because y'all up next. Like for real up next. In the age of Aquarius, come on now. Y'all the leaders. Trust and believe. All right? This was so much fun, y'all. I'm so glad that we've done this. The directness is what is so needed and appreciated. Thank you, ZP. You have any questions before we get on out of here? Yup, it's been 3 hours and 14 minutes. Never done this before, but so glad that I did. I'm so happy that you came in and out, got what you needed. Do you have questions though? Again, as I'm about to get off of this thing, and I really, really would like to know how you feel. If this information helped, anything that was confusing for the 18 people that's left on here, what you thinking about? What you thinking? And the question is, again, if you haven't answered, would you like for me to do this again? Like every quarter, once every 4 months or so, because there's always something going down. There's always got something going down. And I know that people can't afford readings all the time. I'm not in your pocket or your pocketbook, but these little pop little reads every now and again for $50 is like necessary to keep us going, in my opinion. Again, I love astrology to assist with the energetic pull of what's around me. I would go Betty, Betty, Betty if I had to study this every day, all day. I don't suggest that. I do not suggest that. I'm not that astrologer who's always looking at the ephemeris. Why? Because God controls my life. Spirit controls my life. My ancestors assist with my life. I am proud and strong and available to assist my own life with a very strong intuition and connectedness to spirit. However, I believe that we can utilize these modalities to help us along. But it's not the end all to be all. We already know. We already know, y'all. Yes, every quarter? Okay, good. I got one yes. I'll do it for Royal. I'll do it for Catrice. Hi, Miss Catrice. Oh, you're so welcome. Yes, D Stokes, I absolutely will. Consider this your Wednesday night TV entertainment. I absolutely will. We'll figure out another opportunity to share this information. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this. If you called your friends and said, yo, Sonja's on there talking shit, like, I appreciate that. Thank you for liking and subscribing. If you have not subscribed to my channel and you're new on here, please do so. We have a good time. This is real talk. Real talk for us to get better, right? I would really, really appreciate if you can, again, share it, or you can donate, Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. All that information is in the description box below. All right, y'all, I'm going to go. You are very, very welcome. I'm so glad if this information helped you, assisted you. Again, remember, it's going to be up here in the live section, not the video section, the live section for a little while. So come back and take some notes and ask me questions on here too. If you feel like you have a question after the fact, I get alerted. I would love to answer questions again. Just trying to make us clear and get this thing right called life. You dig? All right, y'all. Sonia Royal is my name. You know me by my child. Oh, okay. Yeah. My Taurus village lady friend. She said, get a snack and get some rest. You know I'm hungry, right? You're so welcome, my child. You're so welcome. Many, many thanks to you all for joining me, okay? Be good to yourself. Share this information, like I said, and get better. Let's move. Let's go. Let's do this thing. I see no questions coming up, so I guess we're done. Much love to you.